Because potatoes are delicious.
Oh yeah.
The most versatile vegetable.
Yes.
That's true.
Damn.
Hello.
favorite form
Other
of potato though.
vegetables only wish they were potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting it. Hang on. Yeah. 1 second.
Damn.
How's this one?
Thank you.
Seriously though, favorite form of potato.
The apple fries. Although I do love mash.
Oh man.
Mash is pretty good.
I'm a fan of waffle or curly fries.
Mashed.
Phil knows where it's at.
I like a good baked potato too, though.
Ooh,
Oh, but hash browns.
Well, hash brown,
Tater
yeah.
tots. Yeah, I actually really do like tater tots, though.
Oh my god, I'm hungry.
Anyone who says breakfast potatoes, though, we can't be friends. I'm sorry.
I've never heard that before.
Good.
Like hash brown breakfast potatoes, or
No, like breakfast potatoes. Those are different from hash browns.
well, you
What's a
don't like
breakfast potato?
like the small potatoes?
It's you know how like they dice up potatoes into little tiny cubes.
Oh,
Oh, home
and they just
fries.
fry it? Yes, but not really. They're just like little tiny cubes that you just serve with breakfast.
Yeah, it's what a lot of places around here call it, home fries.
Yeah, I know. I hate them.
well, shit.
Like they're different from the little tiny, like they're little from the little triangle pyramid shapes because those are fine. It's like if I wanted little tiny cubes of potato in my eggs, I would have asked for that.
Oh, you know what? No, now I know what you're talking about. They usually put them in like egg burritos and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan. Breakfast
Yeah,
potatoes
no.
are They're little
They're
tiny
like
cubes of potato.
like the way you shred potatoes for hash browns. They're like slightly thicker than that.
Yeah, so they're not good enough to enjoy like as potato, but they give you all that potato starchiness with things. And I get that people like fry them and skillet them and like put them in things, but like no, stop hiding it. Breakfast potatoes, no, just do like a russet potato then at that point, because those are just small potatoes that are baked. Why you gotta make the russet potatoes and cut them into cubes and then put them on things? That is my hill to die on with potatoes. That is like my least favorite potato. We can't be friends. If anyone likes breakfast potatoes. Hash browns, okay. Like, potato fronds, those are also good. Like, but like, I'll take any other potato, but no breakfast potatoes.
Okay, now here's the real question. How do y'all like your eggs?
I will be judged, I know, if I say how I like my eggs.
Go on.
They're like similar to Sunny Side Up, except you like kind of scoop the oil on top to make it pink. I don't know how else to describe it.
I kind of know what you're talking about. Very few places do that though.
That's how I grew up eating eggs. That's how my family makes it. So like it's like egg over easy, but you're not flipping it over, and it's not Sunny Side Up where you just kind of let it sit there until it cooks.
You're just
You
like
have enough oil.
your egg.
My
Yeah,
dad
you
just
like
stole
have
my
enough
car.
oil so you can like flick the oil on
what?
top of it, and it turns the top pink. And I don't know how it does that, but it does.
Huh. Alright.
So that like it has like a nice like coating of. It's not like fried though. It's not a fried egg, but like so like it's enough so that the egg has like the crispy outer rim, but it's like the inside is not totally like undercooked like runny yolky, but it's enough that it's like a gooey yolky. And
I go for scrambled because I can't really. Well, I don't really do eggs by itself. A lot of it has to be in a breakfast burrito or a sandwich.
I can't do a wet yolk.
I do make a really good omelet.
I mean, I can somewhat eat that, but yeah.
I want to learn how to make omelet fries.
Now let's get overly complicated. Go eggs Benedict.
What do you mean
I
not
like
to?
a
That's a
good deviled
very
egg.
complicated egg.
Yeah, go overly complicated.
Do you get the Dijon mustard sauce too that goes with that?
It is hollandaise sauce.
I know it is. I just go Dijon mustard because I've seen people try to trick people into saying it's like hollandaise sauce. I'm like, this is just Dijon mustard. What are you doing?
Now, if you get a place that like makes their hollandaise sauce, it's pretty good.
Oh, it's great. It's great, but like, I feel fancy eating that.
Right, and it's not at all worth it.
I could do better with just the. I don't know what type of egg that is. It's like over easy, but it's not over easy. And then put it on bread.
Poached.
Is it poached? Is it a poached?
Yeah, it's usually a poached egg.
Poached eggs usually involve water, not oil.
I think some places use oil to just cook them faster.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. That is like a poached egg, but poached eggs are usually they don't. Well, the egg I have is like it's more not elegant like that. Yeah. So we use oil. We use oil instead of using water, and simmering water. Ah.
D&D?
Sorry, I distracted.
No, it's okay. We're pulling a CL.
What do you mean?
CL does that all the time.
Oh, she gets
With
sidetracked.
love. With
she'll
love.
she'll go on a tangent, and like half
We
the
all
time
have
I just let it
ADHD
go
here, it's fine.
because I was gonna say half the time I let it go because I'm also trying to figure shit out on my end.
Yeah, it's like
But
filling the buffer in.
sometimes it is just like I'm trying to. We're in the middle of a
I feel bad cutting you off, but also D&D.
right.
So anyway, D&D. On the last episode, Echo went off somewhere and came back with Tyriad early in the morning.
I wonder what happened.
I wonder what happened.
Bonus content is up now.
It is.
It's number
It is
2.
Watch
great.
the bonus content.
It was great.
Oh, you
Did you
actually
watch
it? I didn't watch
you
it.
watched it?
I let it play and I was listening. It was great.
Nice.
Ooh.
Now I have to try to like not mention it.
Pretend you don't know about it.
Exactly.
Echo made a visit to Ash. And met some cool dudes named Eugene and Max who also live in the graveyard.
Hell yeah.
Rory tried to follow her, but failed, and went to the library instead. Or
He
no,
did.
sorry, went to look for library books, not the library itself.
He did fail.
You found it. You found a couple. Well, you got one, and you figured out where a couple are, so that's good. Gurn found an interesting little pawn shop that also deals in memories. And Homer got visited by Bird Doctor, who came to check in on you.
Caca!
Yep.
Oh my.
Yeah. That's Marty right
Yeah.
there.
That's Marty.
And then
He's one of the birds from Darkest Dungeon.
and then
Bird.
Actually, I think that call was more Slay the Spire.
what a nerd.
And then
And then
Rory had a little bit of a breakdown.
Rory had
Rory
a little
eventually
bit of a
broke in the
breakdown.
bathroom.
And then Echo was like, "Sup, bruh?" Yeah.
And then Gurn asked a very random question.
Yeah, Gurn asked Rory to name an animal.
It was
Any animal,
Tiger.
And it was Tiger.
What is tiger? Is the answer?
And we left off going to bed Tuesday night, so we'll come in unless there's anything you guys have happening over the night. We'll come in Wednesday morning. Bright and early. Or not. You guys can sleep as late as you want, I guess.
Echo, same time as usual. Does the whole breakfast thing.
Rory's gonna stay in bed until he gets dragged out of this. He's in a mood today.
Okay.
Rory is bed rotting.
Gordon will somehow always walk out as soon as the food is done.
He's got a sixth sense for it.
The timing is impeccable.
Homer's probably gonna be fidgeting and smoking some weed or drinking or something while, waiting for breakfast.
Have you been taking your pills?
I think, I think for this morning he's probably gonna, because it's been a few days of him taking it consistently and the drugs have worn off. So I think he's probably gonna, say he'll take it later.
Alright. And I guess follow-up question, Echo, are you taking them?
If it starts hitting her hard, yeah.
Did you take one last night or just in the morning?
It was the one that he gave her.
Okay, so yeah, you would be feeling pretty shitty this morning.
Just like in the back, just sneaks one.
Alright.
Sets a plate of food down in front of Gurn. Calls Homer to the table. Knocks on Rory's door. Rory.
Rory, you just hear groaning behind the door.
Oh,
Breakfast.
I'm coming.
I
You
don't-
hear a thud. Ow.
Are you okay?
I'm coming. You
Oh.
see him stumble toward the door and smack into it.
Ugh.
The door is usually open at this hour.
I see. Well, come on. Let's get you to the table.
Rory sits down and looks at the food.
It is... There's hash browns. There's, scrambled eggs with cheese. Sure.
Gordon's just gonna mix it all into a bowl and make a breakfast hash out of it.
Good.
Homer, if you like, I don't think he's gonna be really obvious about it, but he's gonna like probably he's still gonna get probably cheesy eggs, but like he's gonna get like a huge portion of hash browns, and like maybe if somebody else is looking really closely, they can like see his eyes kind of well up a little bit, almost like man hasn't had hash browns in a while, and it's one of his favorite foods.
Good.
And then he's gonna ask, like, is Rory's visibly upset, right? Like, long face.
I don't know if upset's the word. He just is different, like mood wise, I guess. Something's
Mm,
off, but
yeah.
if you want to roll an insight, we'll get more
Sure.
detail. But he just looks off.
Yeah, I'm still getting my laptop set, so bear with me.
I'll roll an insight. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you.
Echo can tell that whatever happened last night is bothering Rory still.
Oh, right. I was going to do this. Is Homer at the table?
Yeah, he's probably made his way there by point.
Okay.
Damn, why did that have to be a private roll?
What?
That's a nat 20, first nat 20 of the night.
Why? For
And we
what?
don't even get to
Ooh.
see it.
And I fucking accidentally made it a private roll.
What
and we
is it?
don't even get to see it.
Is it an insight or?
Yes.
It's an insight.
That's
Okay.
a 25.
Oh my god.
Oh, was that into seeing what was up with Rory?
Yeah.
Were you okay? So so something is very, very much still bothering Rory. But I'm not aware if you were there for a good chunk of his conversation with Echo.
He wasn't.
Okay, so you just realized that Rory is still Rory is very upset about something. That's it. What Gurn does with that information, though,
He'll do nothing.
Echo, upon realizing Homer really likes the hash browns, will probably put some of the hash browns that are on her plate on his, first off, and then she'll kind of like stand up and she'll give Rory a little bit of a sympathetic look, and she'll give a sigh to the whole table and basically clear her throat as if she wants to say something. And she kind of like looks down at Homer.
Oh, shoot. Intervention time.
Uh-oh.
Homer, I'm not trying to sour this morning, but I would like to know what you were on the other night.
I'll kind of give Echo a little bit of a like a little slightly confused surprise, and just kind of then like nonchalantly shrug and just be like, it was this really nice, intense shit that they had over in the lunar court with some of my my buddies now. I can kind of remember it a little bit better, man. The freaking they were, being androids, the drugs they did, they would like plug themselves into it. Anyways. I think it was called clarity. Yes. Why do you ask?
Well, Tyriad told me that that drug is very dangerous. That people can taint it and it can mess you up very, very badly. I'm not wanting to police you, but I just don't want anything bad happening to you.
Homer will give Echo kind of like a flat look, like not quite unimpressed, but just like, I don't quite know how to describe like what I'm feeling, but it's not like he's ignoring you, but he's just not. It thick skull, I guess maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be like, "Darling, that will hurt me." Uh, sorry, trying to think how to word this. Darling, you think this stuff will kill me, girl? The amount. Okay, he wouldn't say girl. Sorry, that's me. That's how. He'd be like, darling, I have you know what black tar heroin is? Yeah, I shoot that shit. I shoot a lot, overdosed a lot, been fine. I'm still here. Got the marks to prove it. He'll kind of, maybe have one of his sleeves rolled up and kind of point to his arm. This sci-fi drug probably ain't gonna do shit but for me besides what everything else I've already done, which is he kind of knocks on his head, make me a little bit spacier.
Homer, you don't understand how Rory found you. And how worried I was taking care of you.
Rory winces at the mention of what happened and starts trying to eat faster.
Homer's gonna look like his face is kind of gonna change from the flatness to more sympathetic. And he's gonna kind of probably make like a little O face,
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if it's like I don't know if people would be able to tell, but it's more sympathetic than apologetic. And he is going to be like, yes, yeah. I mean, I guess y'all don't really haven't been around that in the way that I have. I can imagine that it's difficult, especially I don't know. I've had to I don't know if you guys are familiar with Narcan. Yeah, we still have some of that lying around the waist, man. Like that stuff can be hard, but I survived, am I right? It's gonna say, and it's fucking asshole Homer Bum. Oh.
Rory just kind of nods along while eating. And then he just kind of stops eating and goes, "It's all right, Echo. It'll be okay. And he kind of just kind of gets up to leave, and I'm just gonna go out for some air." And he just kind of quickly excuses himself out.
Hey, Homer. Homer Bum.
Homer looks towards Gurn.
You name an animal.
He'll kind of like give like a little at the topic change, like a little raise of his eyebrows, and be like, oh, a Rottweiler. Been a while since I've seen one of those. It's a type of canine.
You'll see him kind of like frown and start thinking to himself.
You trying to get a pet Gurn, I mean, you're already an animal. How does that work? Oh, do you keep humans for pets? Back where you're from?
Echo looks disgusted.
Oh,
Kind of happy Rory's not here for this conversation.
And then like she just kind of gathers up the stuff from the table that is not being eaten off of, and then goes into the thing to clean them.
What's Rory doing?
Leaning on against the wall outside, trying to breathe.
Just chilling. Give me a perception check, Rory.
Oh no. I wasn't ready for that. Hold on.
All right.
Perception check. The fuck?
Nice.
I wasn't ready for that either.
After a few minutes of you standing there, kind of cooling off, you'll see a couple familiar faces, and a couple unfamiliar to you actually as well. As Cyrus Winston and two other automatons are approaching the building.
Rory kind of shiftily goes closer to the door a little bit and goes, Winston, Cyrus, hello.
The Winston will give you a wave, and Cyrus will kind of give you a nod. You also notice the automatons with them. One is a taller, sort of more feminine-looking one, and the other one is a small child.
Can
And
Rory?
Yep.
Go ahead, continue. Finish.
Well,
Finish.
The woman is carrying a small bouquet of sunflowers.
Can Rory do a history check?
Yep. Yeah, you'd probably be able to piece together who these are, who this.
Rory kind of stands it for a bit and goes, "Oh my god!" And then he immediately like slams the door open. Come in, come in, come in! I want to know. And he immediately dashes in. Guys! And he just kind of sits down, not saying anything, and he's just kind of vibrating in his seat.
I feel like Gurn would have been like probably halfway to his door. So probably like there. As they're all like filing in.
Literally just slammed the door open and rushed past Gurn then. Because he doesn't know where Gurn is half the time.
Ominous silhouette tokens, because I don't have pictures of that.
But, oh.
Don't worry about it. One second. I always forget about the tokens.
So yeah, Rory is like vibrating in his seat because he wants to know the stories.
But yeah, as I get this settled, those of you, Echo and Gurn, you would recognize, Cyrus Winston and Kit and Jax are here.
Echo's just in this back room.
Well, Echo doesn't realize that. As they come in, Cyrus will say good morning to you, and Winston will as well. And I guess Gurn, you're still kind of in the hallway as this is happening.
Yeah, he'd probably like look at them and then look at his door and look conflicted.
Seeing you, Kit will sort of directed at you, but kind of just generally say, good morning. I just wanted to stop by and express my gratitude again properly now that things have settled down, say hi, Jax, and the little boy will wave and say good morning.
Rory's waving back.
Gurn will do a like awkward stare at the kid, slight lizard blink, and then like a slow hand raise, not even waving,
Mm-hmm.
and then just back down. And then he'll just go. Echo's in the back, give her a minute. And then he'll head into his room.
All right. Kid will kind of nod at that and thank you. As the two of them are kind of standing there, Cyrus will sort of roll up to the table. So, been here a week. How you all sitting in?
Rory shrugs.
Fair enough. Heard there was a bit of commotion this weekend. Kind of looks pointedly at Homer.
Homer's gonna shrug in response. He's probably got his little moonshine bottle out at this point.
Fair enough.
So I don't quite remember. Did anybody tell Homer or talked about the mom android and child robot
No.
android? Oh, okay. You said no, right?
Yeah.
You might have, in your sort of stupor, heard sort of discussion about it, but you wouldn't have gotten the details now.
Okay. He's yeah, gonna shrug to what Cyrus says, and then he's gonna be like gesturing towards the mom and his kid, bottle in his hand, and just be like, "Oh, hi there, a family. How are you doing?" And then he's gonna kind of realize that like he has he's gesturing to a mother and a child with a bottle in his hand, and then he's gonna like kind of, not with a lot of shame, but like cheekily kind of put it back down on the table and kind of push it away from maybe the sight of them.
Yep. The adult one, I'll go. It's lovely to meet you. You're friends with Echo and the small one.
Yeah, you could say that. He'll give like a little bit of a little smile.
Lovely. Your friends, well, done quite a lot for us, more than I could ever repay. But
He quirks up an eyebrow, and then he kind of looks to Rory in the room, and will kind of like quirk up an eyebrow, and then look back at them and be like, "Oh, or oh, what'd they do? I don't know. We were separated a little bit on our adventures, so something sweet, I'm assuming." He'll give like another little cheesy smile.
she'll put an arm around Jax, kind of pull him a little closer to her. Well, they saved my little boy's life here. I mean, and really, in a sense, mine as well. Like,
Oh, he kind of sits back a little bit with like surprise and respect in his like face and his body language, and he's gonna nod. take another swig and be like, damn, yeah, these good folks. Good folks. I'm glad y'all are still kicking. The lunar court doesn't really seem to be friendly to the droid kind from my limited experience.
Well, there's certainly more freedom over there in a sense, but also a lot of dangers that come with it.
Rory's trying really hard to not be too eager looking, but he kind of goes like, I've been wanting to meet you guys for a while. I heard a bunch of what happened from Echo and Gurn about how they got into that situation.
I'm so grateful they were there. I mean, and that they did what they did.
You see like a big smile go on Rory's face. He's like, it's great. They're really great people, right?
She nods. You can tell she's getting like a little choked up.
And you just hear Rory going like, I knew it. I knew these were good people. But like he's saying it quieter to himself.
Well, Echo, you'd probably hear the sort of commotion, at least like of people talking.
Hmm.
Just so you know.
Rory also goes, oh, I think Gurn said it earlier, passing earlier, but Echo's in the back if you guys want to talk to her. He kind of like points in that direction.
We can wait until she's finished with whatever she's doing.
Rory kind of looks to Homer. What is she doing in the back?
He'll kind of give a little bit of a frown and be like, oh my god, this fucking dumbass. He's gonna be like, I don't know. She kind of seemed offended about the animal comment.
Rory goes, animal comment?
Because Gurn was asking about, can I think of an animal? Yeah, whatever. Just, I don't know how talking animals do with non-talking animals. I mean, maybe they both can talk to each other. He kind of trails off when he realizes he's rambling about anthropomorphic animals.
Rory kind of looks at him confused because, well, I mean, he asked me about an animal yesterday. I think I said tiger? Did he elaborate more on you what that was for?
No, I mean, I asked him if he was thinking about getting a pet and how that worked, and he just, he didn't respond, but that's that usual sun-basking loving bastard.
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Just giving you a blank reptile stare every goddamn second.
Rory puts his hand on his face and goes, maybe it's like how those vintage cartoons that depict the mouse with the pet dog? I mean, both are still animals, it's just... Maybe it's a hierarchy thing. If you could talk, you get to have an animal. Rory kind of just says bluntly.
I'm assuming she can hear that, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Rory's just being blunt. He doesn't know.
Probably be able to see Cyrus giving you a sort of not concerned, but just kind of like sort of look. But he doesn't say anything.
This is just Rory not knowing social faux pas here, guys.
Yep.
So, I'm hoping that's what it's coming across as. But then Rory starts looking at the bouquet. Where did you manage to find those, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, we picked them up from Life in Bloom this morning.
Rory goes, like smacks his face. How's Lily doing? I'm assuming you talked to her.
The lady who works there, she seems quite alright. In good spirits.
That's good. That's good. That she doesn't need help over there today, right? He kind of looks in the direction of the door.
You'll see Kit kind of cast a glance at Cyrus, who sort of shakes his head. Nah, she's a tough cookie. She can handle herself just fine.
Rory just kind of does a big sigh. That's good. I was worried. I mean, because she's with child.
Yeah, real unfortunate situation there.
Unfortunate.
I mean, do you want to be stuck like that for God knows how long?
Rory just kind of does like a double blink. What do you mean stuck? Isn't she due soon?
Well, she would be if Tyria didn't give you the rundown.
Rory kind of looks at them very confused.
Sorry about that. Just
Oh, good morning. Good to see you
busy.
again.
She's not looking at either of Homer or Rory at this point.
Kit will hold out the sunflowers. These are for you. I wanted to thank you properly for everything that you've done for us.
Oh, well. Thank you.
Thank you. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for what you did. And she'll kind of hug, side hug Jax again.
I'm very glad he's up and running. She'll give Jax a little smile.
He gives you a sort of shy wave.
Can I get you guys anything?
Oh no, that's quite all right, thank you.
All right. What about you two? She'll ask Cyrus and Winston.
Winston will shake his head, kind of give a slight no thanks. Cyrus will ask if you have any tea.
Oh, coming right up. Do make
Thanks.
yourselves at home. And she'll make the tea.
At that, they'll sort of probably make their way, sit down at the table with you guys.
She'll
go ahead.
She'll just come back out with the tea and put it in front of Cyrus.
He'll thank you, and Kit will start talking about how Jax is sort of better off than before. How she's so grateful that Cyrus and his partner were able to sort of get rid of, or sort of disconnect him from the NMR update system, sort of isolate him and kind of make it so that it's not something they'll have to worry about anymore. And as she's kind of talking about this, Jax, the child, will pipe up and say, "The numbers man was really nice. He took a bug out of my head." And Kid will go, not a real bug, sweetheart," and then just kind of laugh it off.
Echo will give a little chuckle and a smile.
Yeah, they'll probably just kind of hang out for a bit, talk, unless there's anything specific.
Echo will play with Jax, or try to.
He'll probably take a minute to warm up, but pretty soon, yeah, he'll come out of his shell and play around.
Playing hide and seek.
No. Echo just turns invisible.
Oh my god. That's cheating.
Yeah, after a little bit, Cyrus probably will be the one to kind of clear his throat and, well, we should probably be on our way. You guys up to anything?
Not that I know of right now. That could change.
Roy pipes in. I'm probably going to the library today.
Good. Tell Prina I said hi if she's there today.
Rory nods, and in his head he goes, "Who was that again?"
Yep. And then, yeah, they'll say their goodbyes and make their way out.
Echo will give a almost kind of longing look towards Jax. Not at him himself, but yeah.
Kid will probably give you a hug before she heads out as well.
No. She gives her a hug back.
And yeah, the rest of the day is yours. Probably like noon at this point, I would say, ish.
Oh wow. We basically
imagine-
almost had brunch then.
You guys had like breakfast. That took a bit. Then they got there. Might be a little earlier, maybe closer to 10. You guys get up pretty early, so.
Well, Rory just pushes off from the chair. If y'all would excuse me, I'm going where I was going. And he heads off.
Echo doesn't really acknowledge anyone.
Right.
She will probably yeah, she'll probably head out too without saying a word.
Oh, I need to get water. Offering.
I think Homer's gonna take some of his gear, like his little trinkets and tools and stuff, and his bottle, and kind of mutter to himself as he's getting things ready to go out. Be like, this housing shit's been nice, but I'm feeling a little stir crazy. Time to see what this fantasy shit world is all about. And I'll head off for, I don't know, some big or like if he's seen any like trees or like naturey looking parts in the distance of the city, he's probably gonna try to figure that. But yeah,
Give me a history check.
you said a history.
Yeah.
Yes.
You would remember from what you saw, there wasn't much as far as naturey stuff in the city, but you do remember where you came in from and that there's a forest out there.
Oh yeah, he's heading towards that side too.
All right. In that case, we'll swap over to the world map. So Rory, you're going to the library?
Mm-hmm. He's picking up that copy of the diary.
Okay, cool. Echo, where are you going?
She's gonna go to Club Pyre.
Okay. So, Rory, you would get to the library first. You would see the centaur that you've seen before working the front desk.
Is that the person Tyrus had to say hi to?
I don't know if you would know that.
There, Nope, Rory's just gonna risk it. I'm here to pick up that order, and, Cyrus says hi. Rory kind of just says at the counter.
You'll see her kind of brighten up. Oh, how nice. Rory, right?
He nods.
Just 1 second, and she'll lean down, open a drawer, go through something, sort of look at the paper, nod, turn around, go through a shelf, and then take out a small book, just kind of plain looking, and slide it over to you. That's all yours.
Rory also pulls up the Moon Lost book out of his pocket, and this belongs to you guys.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful. 1 moment, and she'll take it, take out a gold and hand that over to you.
So now I have 3 gold. Woohoo.
Wow. Anything else I can do for you?
He takes the book, the copy of the diary, and kind of holds it very tightly to himself and goes, "Actually, no, that's it for today." You could see him like holding on to dear life for that book.
Very well, thank you for stopping by. If there's anything else I can do for you, you know where to find me.
He nods and he starts heading out.
Alright.
On the street, he kind of looks around and goes, "I wonder if there's anywhere I could read this in peace." He doesn't really want to go back home yet today, or right now.
Yeah, give me just 1 second. I check something. Well, give me a perception check.
What, Rory? What are your rolls today? They're scaring me.
All the rolls tonight have been pretty good. Lowest 10 is pretty impressive. as you sort of pause and look around here, you will actually see a sign indicating that the Mages Academy is close by.
And he looks over there and he goes, "You think they'll let me read in their building?" So he kind of just saunters over there, hoping they will be nice enough to let him read and at a table nearby or something.
Yeah, you'll follow the sign. It's a little bit sort of southeast, but not far from the library, just a block or so. You'll see a fairly large, sort of tower-y looking building.
Is it like by the wall? Is that what that is?
It's close to the wall.
Is it like this building? Okay, that one.
No, the buildings aren't really that accurate. It's like
Fair enough.
kind of in this square here, sort of.
Fair enough. So it's close enough nearby.
Yeah, in there though. Yeah, pretty close.
Fair enough.
And yeah, you'll see people sort of coming and going from it. Some sort of park, mini sort of city park kind of benches with a couple trees and planters sort of around the area. You'll see one or two people sitting out reading, working on stuff. To the side, sort of in the courtyard, you'll actually see a minor mage's duel going on. It's a couple of the students sort of practice some of the stuff they've learned.
He's a little in awe, but he's just gonna try to sneak onto a little table area just to observe and read the diary. Hopefully, he doesn't have to. He won't get kicked out.
No one really even gives you a second glance as you sit down, start reading.
Kind of looks at the pages very slowly running through the filtering the pages so surreal, and he looks at it across to and he looks at the students and stuff he's like, man, I could have had this life. He kind of looks at the book and looks at the spot next to him. He's like, we could have had this life. So he just kind of starts reading the book, reading the diary, feeling nostalgic and other emotions.
A lot going on.
It's a lot going on for Rory internally lately.
Yeah. Alright. Homer, you said you're leaving the city?
Yeah. Go into it, the forest.
Give me a survival check, as we'll see if you can make your way back. Retrace your steps from that first night. Yeah, you make it just fine. You come to the gate that's over here, sort of in between Remembrance Field and the beginning of the Shimmerwood. And yeah, as you come up to it, there will be a guard who will stop you and ask what your reasons for leaving are and if you have your re-entry permits.
Didn't they get their permit? Or was that just for going through the southern quarter and the lunar quarter?
I assume one of you got, because I think Homer was still pretty fucked up when Tyria dropped those off. I assume one of you would have filled him in at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, as far as you know, they're just re-entry paperwork for the Solar Court. So he's calling it the same thing, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Okay. And I freaking I remember you mentioning it was either like last session's morning, but like the star pin being back, right?
Yes. You would have noticed at some point your real department pin is clean and dry back in one of your jacket pockets.
Oh,
Seemingly,
Jesus.
miraculously.
Sweet. He's just kind of like pissably sigh and like roll his eyes and be like, "Oh, bureaucracy." Um, and he's probably gonna take out the real pin out of his pocket and the reentry
It's
papers.
just like a little card.
Yeah, a little card. He's gonna take out the little card. He might have to fumble around for it. There's a lot of shit in his pockets right now.
Yeah.
Might even kind of go, ouch. He poked himself on
Whatever.
some glass.
Whatever happened to the mouse that was the mice that was in his pocket?
He's still in there.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
they're still in there. Okay.
I feel like he's probably like the mouse probably has started to be running around the house more, especially when he was calmed out.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, Homer will fish out his card and his little reed pen and show the guard both and kind of look at him, kind of like hold it out like short way.
You'll see him kind of half hesitate as he sees the pin, and then hold his hand out to the card, and you'll see it glow slightly. And then he'll nod and just kind of wave for you to go on. Take care.
He won't really regard the guard too much and carry on his way out into the forest.
Yeah, as you come out of the gate, you'll see on your right, massive fucking graveyard. Like we're talking miles and miles. And on your left, the beginnings of the Shimmerwood Forest. The tree line on this side of the river is a little sparse. You can tell the main bulk of the forest really starts on the other side of the river, but
He's gonna have like this big ass dorky smile on his face, and he's gonna just start like he might still be kind of near the gate, so maybe the guard could hear it, and he's gonna start just screaming, "Woo! Woo! Woo! Fucking trees! Woo! Fucking grass! Woo! Woo! Yeah, I think he's also gonna like just run around, like skipping for a second, being like, I love living in a place that has plants. Gonna start rolling around too. After some good old fashioned childlike joy, essentially, he's gonna get more blasted and then going to very as much as possible avoid the graveyard and kind of head in the direction of like the sparse trees and like kind of near the water. Yeah.
You said you're going to the river?
Yeah, I'd say so. Or like an area with like water. I forget, is the blue like surrounding the
The blue surrounding is the edge of the land is where the wall is.
Oh, yes. Okay.
But you would be able to find first the little sort of canal that comes off of Eternal Hill that flows out here. if you wanted to try to sort of cross that, there is a small bridge, just sort of footbridge that leads across it. Then the actual river is a little deeper into the forest, but
Yeah, he's gonna cross that bridge and keep going to the deeper river.
all right. Yeah, you will notice, and give me another history check. Yeah, so you would remember sort of logically that you must have crossed both of these, the river and the canal, your first night here. Um, However, now that you're sort of back looking at this section of the river, there's no visible bridge here that you can find.
Is the river like the other part of the canal where it has really, really tall like walls and like banks and stuff?
Um, it's more of a sort of beach, like slope beach, than it is in the city. In the city, it's very much just like the wall, um, like the what's it fucking called?
Talking like a walled off like trench.
The kind of like how the river here is in the through the city, where it's like a man-made sort of just wall on the edges of it. There's no like natural bank, but out of the city walls, it is just a natural river with a sort of sandy beach leading into it.
Okay. Um, he's probably just gonna, or at least for now, like not necessarily like try to cross or anything. He's probably just gonna like hang out on the beach, um, bust out, um, some of his like trinkets and like tools and um, various other of his little hobbies. And he's gonna encourage the mouse to hang out on the beach with him. And then he's probably gonna try to look around for, are there any nice rocks around?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a good amount of sort of the smooth kind of river stones of various colors. Pretty, not worth anything, but pretty as as decorative stones. As you're kind of looking around, you maybe like kick one over, and you'll find one actually has a bit of quartz sort of growing on the bottom of it, as if it was maybe once somewhere else in some cave or something.
He's gonna whistle and pocket that rock. Man, this man's clothes are so fucking heavy and dude, honestly, guys, like with how much shit this man has all in his
No
millions
wonder
of
he's so
pockets.
strong.
Yeah,
He's carrying
like
around like 200 pounds on him.
also
broken
like
glass and rocks.
I would be just very surprised. Wouldn't be surprised if like Homer Bum is like the jacked old man trope
He kind of
because he
is.
carries so much shit.
Also, I feel like he can like he does take out the jingly bits and stuff for, you know, certain things, but like I feel like when he's not trying to be stealthy, I feel like he fucking jingles or like clanks or like
Yeah, you can hear him coming from a mile away.
Dude walks around like a pack mule.
Yep.
Literally. After pocketing the cool rock, he's gonna like gather up some rocks. Like head back to his little area, and he's gonna make like almost like a little stone bed for his horny sword, and he's gonna put his horny sword on the like kind of like nicely laid out little river rocks. And he's probably also going to get naked.
Nice.
I mean, I know he's in a forest part, but would that be considered public nudity? Is that allowed?
Only
This
if
world?
somebody sees you. I guess that's a
And
good
then,
question. Did any of you guys ever read the law book that Charlie recommended you read that was left in your house?
Echo would have.
Alright.
Roy did not.
Well, Echo would know that there are public nudity laws in the city.
You think Gurn would have looked at a book?
No.
yeah, Homie definitely did not read the law one. He didn't even try.
The key being in the city, though.
Hmm.
You are currently not in the Solar Court.
Yeah. I think if Homer really wanted to be nicer, he'd just be nicer regardless.
Yeah, that's also true. Also rolling off that same perception check, unless you want to make another one, but nat 20 is pretty good. As you kind of settle down, kick your feet up, maybe dip your toes in the water. Beautiful day, I think. I actually haven't checked the weather. Hang on, let's find out what kind of day it is. It'd be funny if it was raining.
Dude, it's shit outside.
Yeah, but there's beauty in rain. Those can be so beautiful. I could watch a rainy day.
It is actually kind of overcast today. Probably on and off rain, but not raining right now. Still nice out. As you kind of settle in and sort of look around, just sort of taking in the scenery, you'll feel a slight shiver run up your spine, as you suddenly realize that from across the river, there's something watching you from behind a tree.
No shit. Homer's gonna feel that shiver, and he's going to do two things as quickly as he can: grab Horny Sword and grab the mouse. Like he's jumping at that. Fast.
Alright. As you
Yes.
kind of lock eyes with it, again across the river, so a good like 100 feet away from you, probably at least. Probably more, like a couple hundred, honestly. River's pretty big. As you sort of lock eyes with it and react, it ducks behind the tree and you lose sight of it.
Homer's gonna kind of like look a little, maybe not wigged out, so, but a little like concerned. And he's gonna ask Horny Sword, "Did you see where that was?" Because he can just talk with Horny Sword now, like all
Yeah.
the time, right?
She'll probably say that she saw it, but across the river, so
Homer's gonna sigh, gotta kick his feet in the sand and be like, I could use a little bit more fucking. What? Not. He's gonna do a heavy chug of his bottle, and he's just gonna, bro's probably feeling ballsy today, given what a dumbass he was in the morning. He is going to, like, the river is swimmable, right?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
actually assuming you're kind of wading into it, you'll notice there's almost no current.
Taking sword, patting, and putting down mouse. He's probably gonna take like one of his like little like pocket or utility belts with a couple of his like usual bare necessities. But he's gonna be nude otherwise.
Alright.
He's gonna take his sword, and the moonshine, and then he's gonna swim. He's gonna swim over and investigate.
give me an athletics check as you make the fairly long swim. It is a fairly wide river.
Oh, god damn it.
By the time you get out, you're pretty winded. It takes you a bit longer than you. As water tends to go, it probably looked like a shorter distance than it really was. So by the time you get out, you're definitely winded. But you, like I said, there's no current, so you do make it just fine. It just does take you a bit longer than probably planned.
Did he swim 100 feet?
Probably more than that, yeah.
Jesus.
Probably.
Olympic pools aren't even that big, aren't they?
I don't actually know.
I thought they're like 50 or 40. Jeez. Damn.
For reference, took this picture a while ago of our river. If I can find it. This is kind of what the river that we're talking about looks like. It'll be in the general chat momentarily. So when I talk about the bridges you're crossing, it's like that. It's pretty wide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you come out, give me another perception check. Yeah, as you kind of catch your breath, look around a bit. You will see the being, again, still about 100 feet away now, off deeper in the woods, peeking at you from behind a different tree. Just kind of a shadowy figure.
Nothing distinguishable, just shadow.
Just a shadowy, sort of humanoid figure.
He's probably gonna lean on his sword and kind of lean forward and squint at it. And then take another bottle swig, lean back, and kind of maybe he'd do something. Yeah, he's kind of gonna keep staring at it for a few moments, and then he's gonna be really loudly, "Hey, yo, what do you know about Homer Bob?" And then he's gonna turn around and start shaking his ass. His wrinkly old man ass.
You do that. Once again, as soon as you kind of lock eyes with it, it ducks behind the tree. And then when you look back up, looking at the tree that you saw it at, it does not seem to. It either isn't there anymore or is still hiding behind the tree, but you don't see it right now.
Homer will frown, kind of throw his hands up, and be like, "Man, I haven't done that to somebody since." He'll kind of look contemplatively. Well, not since I got to this shit. He'll kind of shrug and head in the direction again of that creature.
All right. We will cut to Echo for a bit then. Echo, you said you're going to Club Pyre.
Yeah.
How are you getting there?
Teleportation and then going across.
Okay. So yeah, you go to the, I'm assuming the 0241.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nope. Okay, that's fine. You teleport in over by the Grumpy Hog.
Mm-hmm.
And make your way straight to the bridge.
Yep.
All right. As you approach, the guard who's there will stop you and ask for your papers. You know, as usual.
She won't hesitate to show him.
All right. He holds out a hand. You see the card sort of glow for a sec, and then he nods and waves a wand, and then waves you to continue over the bridge.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day, ma'am.
And she'll keep going.
All right. Yeah, I mean it's like a good half-hour walk ish. But you give me a survival check. We'll just see if you. It's a straight shot, so yeah, you make it just fine. Considerably quieter as it is sort of around noon on a weekday. But they're open. There's a couple people in there.
Anybody playing?
No, I don't think there would be.
She goes straight to the bar and asks if she can busk.
Let's see. Yeah, you don't recognize the person at the bar, but he kind of regards you for a sec. You were in here the other night talking to Lem, right?
Yes, I was.
Shouldn't be a problem then. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Yeah, she'll give them a smile and yeah, do the buskin'.
All right. Give me a performance check. How long are you planning on being here for?
A few hours.
Okay.
And then she'll just go down Commercial Street.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that the first nat one tonight?
It is.
Oh no.
You're not really sure if you're just kind of not matching the vibe, or if it's just, you know, there's not enough of a crowd to really get much of a vibe going. But yeah, it doesn't really.
Yeah, after like an hour probably of that, she'll embarrassed go away to Commercial Street.
As you go, you do see the person at the bar still gives you kind of a friendly nod.
She's never going there ever again.
Oh.
Well, at least not to busk.
Alright, so you said you're making your way down Commercial Street?
Yeah.
Alright. Just kind of going?
Yeah, she's
Like-
just going.
Alright. Yeah, as you go, let's see. You would pass, well, you'd find the Memorial Park again, that you would have passed that on your way to the club too.
Yeah.
But you'd pass that again, and that's kind of your demarcation of where to turn, as it's, sort of on Commercial Street there, sort of on the intersection.
Mm-hmm.
And then... Yeah, you'd go. You'd pass all the Virago corner stores that you'd seen with Gurn. You'd pass the New Moon Robotics headquarters building. That all the shit went down with Kit and Jack's Saturday night.
Mm.
And then once you pass that, you're sort of in new territory. So give me a perception check. As you go, you would notice, almost actually not noticing it, because you sort of start to tune out all the Virago signs. However, as you come up on this intersection down here, you would see a big sort of glass, way more modern than anything Echo would have seen, building with Virago in big letters printed on it. You get the vibe. This is probably their corporate office. Um, and then as you continue on your way, the deeper down Commercial Street you go, the more kind of busy it becomes. The whole Eastern City is busy. But you'll notice more people sort of hustling and bustling around. A lot of people working, a lot of people seeming to be in a hurry to get somewhere. Probably a couple people either busking on the street or just sort of sitting with signs or whatnot asking for money. You would probably see at some point one of them seemingly randomly kind of all of a sudden gets up and very quickly walks away, and just a moment later you'll see one of the police bots round a corner. You can probably make the assumption that they sort of know the patrols and know to stay out of the way of those things.
Oh. Damn.
And yeah, as you continue downward, at the end of Commercial Street, you'll see a massive building. To pull up my... I don't know where that is. Okay. You come up on a large building, very ornately made. The sort of main feature of it being a massive stained glass window on the front of it, in the shape of an eye, a multicolored eye. And as you approach, you see the neon sign out front of it, reading the Watcher's Eye Casino. It's sort of framed at the end of Commercial Street here. Sort of the center of attention, really.
Do you think they had casinos in her time?
I'm sure they had gambling, but let me look. The first casino in the world is 380 years old.
Yeah, they existed. Since they
They
got
may not
more
have been
prominent.
popular, but they existed.
They got more popular during the 1870s. So
Oh.
So, yeah. Look at that.
the largest one being the Dragonora Point. So they existed. They used to be more on riverboats, though. So
Cool.
more you know.
Learn something new every day with this captain. I've done so much research on so much random shit.
I'm gonna do a history check.
All right. It's an eye.
It's not familiar. Okay.
Well,
Specifically, looking into it more, specifically the type of casino that you guys are talking about, like a lavish casino, that actually was starting to become more popular around the late 1800s. So, yeah, around
Okay.
1870s, 1890s. So, ta-da!
so yeah, Echo would be familiar with the concept.
Okay.
I mean, it's up to you, really. 11 is kind of could go either way, so it's a playing card. It's got an eye on it. You might have the thought to take it out and look at it.
Yes, she would.
When you do, yeah, you'd notice the colors are the same.
Huh. Well. She's not wearing the dress. But I think she will. Yeah, she'll go in. Just because of the card. Maybe just peek.
Alrighty. 1 second. We're buffering. Okay, yeah. You head up, enter, probably along with there's a lot of traffic here. So probably the type of thing of you walk up kind of behind someone else who's walking in. Enter through the doors. And as you enter, you're kind of blown away, I would imagine, by the sheer amount of neon and technology that Echo would have never been exposed to before. This is, for our listeners and our players, very modern casino. There's just about every type of gambling machine or game or table that you could imagine. Sort of when you first enter, it's a big open floor. You can see a sort of second level that kind of the main room is open and it sort of enters into balconies. But you can tell that there is a second floor with rooms sort of off to the side there. On the opposite side of the building, there's a similar, slightly larger stained glass window with the same eye in it, perfectly framing the clock tower, which is kind of right behind it, in the pupil of the eye there. And you'll see off to one side, there are the sort of classic gambling tables, roulette, cards, anything, pretty much anything you would expect to see in a casino, and some things that you maybe wouldn't expect to see in a casino. But if you can bet money on it, it's here. And then off to the other side, there are actually a number of arcade cabinets, which Echo would not know what those were, but they're there. And it's pretty crowded, considering it's a little after noon on a weekday.
Yeah, she's gonna be stunned. Just kind of taking everything in. Like, looking around like, oh no. She does not know what to do. I'd say she's just probably overwhelmed and probably might slowly walk backwards out the door.
All right. Yeah. You slip out back into the fresh air. Fresh question mark? Air. It's not really that fresh here, but back into the daylight. And we'll cut back to Rory, sitting outside of the Mages Academy, reading the diary that you found. What's next?
He's kind of just been sitting there reading it. I believe while he's reading it, he has like nostalgic, like tears forming on his eyes, and like there's a sense of like loss of something that never existed to him, if that makes sense. He's feeling envious of all the people around him. How like he sees people chatting and talking, people working on stuff, and he's envious that like he wanted this life, and he didn't get to live this type of life. And rereading the diary, while it gave him comfort, he also feels a lot of like regret because it made him remember feelings he thought he put away, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's conflicted. He's watching this and he's nostalgic. But now he's like, there's like not anger building inside, but like envy and hurt because he's like, this isn't fair, sort of thing. He kind of just sighs and closes the diary. He kind of gathers his things, hoping no one's paying attention to him, and tries to leave at this point.
All right. Yeah. I mean, no one really gives you much of a second glance as you head off.
Yeah. So he kind of goes like, what else can I do today? Because he feels, and then he remembers the job board had monster killing. And he's like, well, there's another day. Let me go see who's at home and ask them to join him in a job. They start heading back, hoping someone's gonna be home.
All right. How long do you think you would have spent there?
I want to say he was there for like 3 hours.
Okay.
Just taking it all in.
Okay, so we'll temporarily cut back to Homer. Homer, you've headed deeper into the Shimmerwood, in pursuit of a strange figure that seems to be watching you from the trees.
He's been making little marks on some of the, like, not like super deep, but he's been making some little marks on the trees with his knife or something.
Very smart.
Trying to note his surroundings and note where he's how deep he's heading into. Where's the has he seen the creature recently?
Give me a perception check. You keep mostly out of the corner of your eye getting glimpses of it, but you never see it move. You only ever see it peeking at you from behind a tree, and then when you sort of turn to look at it properly, it hides. And at some point, I imagine you would see it poking out very quickly approach the tree, and then looking behind the tree, there'd be nothing there.
Kind of probably get a little bit annoyed at this point and just realize that this is kind of a fruitful endeavor. How thick is the trees at this point?
At this point, very, very dense. You can't really see the sky. It's kind of hard to tell. Again, it's been sort of drizzling on and off today. At this point, it's hard to tell whether it is or not because the canopy is so thick above you that the rain, even if it is raining, isn't really getting through. You'll just kind of get the occasional collect on a leaf and then drip a big drop down. But pretty dense, pretty thick.
Alright, he's realizing that this shit's annoying and not working. Here is... Okay. I imagine he would have two kind of ideas. Either, like, maybe try to out-hide the being with sneaking, or kind of, like, start to... Okay, no, I think he's gonna start kind of like retracing his steps. You know, making sure that he's keeping you know, looks behind him and like eyes on the back of his head, but he's gonna start returning his steps slowly.
Okay. Give me a survival check. As you turn, sort of scanning for the last tree that you would have sort of carved a notch in, you don't see it.
He frowns. He's like, ah, damn. Should have went with the other melon invention. Kind of scratches his head. And then he'll kind of shrug. And, what time is it?
Hard to tell.
Oh, because it's overcast. Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like with his little utility belt, he might have the watch on it, so he's probably gonna pop out his little bug watch and check the time.
Probably early afternoon, 1 or 2, depending on how long you were just kind of hanging out for at the river.
All right. Homer's kind of gonna, look at his spot across the river and just fucking sigh so heavily and like put his head in his hands a little bit and just be like, God damn it, why do I still do this young man shit? What the fuck? Ugh.
To clarify, you can't see the river from here. You're too deep in the woods.
Oh, wait, so he hasn't like he hasn't like returned his steps.
No, so
all the way
you tried to, but when you looked for the marks that you made, you can't find any of them.
Oh
no, it's lost.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Remember how everyone told you that no one survives going into the Shimmerwood?
Oh my god.
God.
You actually went in. Oh no.
Well, I mean, I remember. The thing is, like, I think that he and Homer and I only remembered that it was like very, very dangerous. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That falls in line with that.
How much is left in the bottle?
How long have you been drinking this one?
Oh fuck.
Which one are we even on at this point?
Let me see. I think this should be the third bottle, or maybe the
Okay.
fourth.
It's either the end of the third or you have a good bit left on the fourth, I would say.
I feel like it's probably the fourth because I'm pretty sure he brought the third bottle into the lunar quarters.
Yeah, that sounds
And
about right.
probably didn't get it
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
So yeah, probably however much you would have been drinking from this. I don't know when you would have opened it. If it was was it today that you opened it, or would you have been sipping on it last
Um,
couple of days?
Maybe he's had a little some when he was more lucid the past few days, but it's probably really been mostly today that he's been drinking on it.
Yeah, so probably 2/3 full, maybe half at least.
All right.
Good bit left.
Homer's gonna fucking realize that he's fucking lost, and then out of the recesses of his crusty little fried brain, he's gonna try to remember what he heard about this forest a little too late.
All right. Give me a history check.
Yes.
You remember people saying it's dangerous.
Oh boy.
He's kind of gonna scratch his balls, and then kind of let out a long. All right. Well, he'll look at the bottle. At least I got y'all. He'll look at the bottle and then he'll look at his sword.
The sword says, "We're gonna die in here."
And Homer Bum's gonna be like, "Thank fucking God." And honestly, he'll say, "Thank fucking God," but then he'll kind of go on with the sword and say, it's I've told you before. There's not much of this, and he'll refer to the forest and stuff around him. There's not much of this, at least not any I've seen a long time like this on where I'm from anymore. This isn't I always thought it would be the black tar, the bean, the abscesses, the starvation, and he'll kind of list all the various ways he can die in his fucked up world to the sword. And then he'll be like, "But dude, dying from being mauled or just fucking around in somewhere like this," he'll say with a smile on his face, "I'm good with that. I'm good with that, sweetie. I hope somebody finds you again, though. You are a dime in a dozen." He'll flirt with his horny sword.
Good. So yeah, I guess what's the plan?
Homer Bum is gonna at a slow pace, probably chatting to the horny sword occasionally. Just pick a random fucking direction and just really hamming on that bottle. I don't think he's taken his meds since last night, probably because he's been taking them pretty consistently.
Yeah, did you say you took one this morning?
No, he
Okay.
said Homer said he would take it later.
Gotcha. So then, yeah, probably last night.
Yeah, he's just kind of slowly parading along.
Okay. Roll me a D100 and go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Um, so you walk for a bit, starting to notice how everything in this forest looks the same, and you think you find a landmark, and then you walk, and then you turn around, and then it's almost as if things are changing. Um, really hard to keep your bearings, but as you wander, eventually, you will come to the edge of the forest as you reach the shimmering wall
Mm.
that Echo found her first night here.
Remind me what the Shimmering Hall is?
Wall, my apologies. It's the edge of the world. It's a large sort of shimmering wall of force that cuts off the city from,
I forgot that was my
well, everything.
alert. But thank you for the follow.
It's gonna whistle really loudly
appreciate
and
you.
be like, "Damn, trippy shit." It's gonna see if there's sticks or something to throw on the ground.
I mean, you can find sticks, for sure.
All right. He's gonna take a stick, and he's gonna throw it at the wall, see what it does.
All right. You hear a sort of zap sound, and it just kind of bounces off of it, lands on the ground.
Does the stick look burnt or anything?
Give me an investigation roll. No.
Okay. It doesn't seem to be like cracked or any like. It doesn't look like fucked up.
No.
Okay.
Just looks like you threw it at something, and then it bounced off and hit the ground.
Homer's kind of gonna like thoughtfully scratch his chin and like kind of say out loud to himself in the sword and be like, "Well, this is new."
No, it's
Is this?
not. It's been here for over 500 years now.
I mean, new in the grand schemes of walking through an unchanging trippy landscape. Like I'm having a bad trip on acid for the past few hours. I mean, this is different at least.
I guess.
Kind of gonna take more alcohol and then drink more alcohol. And then he's gonna I wonder do you think he's starting to feel lit or getting lit at this point?
A little bit. You're also probably feeling a little bit shaky from the withdrawals coming back too.
Yeah, and what, swimming a mile?
Yeah, definitely some weak knees from that as well.
Kind of gonna look to the stick and then look to the wall, and then shrug and just be like, "Oh, I don't really think I'm gonna be making it out of this one, so might as well." He'll he'll drop his horny sword and his booze and his pouch, and just kind of give the wall one last look, and then he'll like T-pose and like jump his way to the wall.
Okay.
Oh no.
Give me an acrobatics or athletics save. Whichever one. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, you T-pose, you throw yourself at the wall. You feel a faint zap across the whole front of your body, kind of like a static electricity zap. And then fall on your ass, because it is just a solid wall.
God. He's gonna land with a oomph. Oh. Yeah. That's a wall, alright. Ugh.
I could told you that.
Hey, just want to try my options and try my options and 1 second, guys. Been given a weenie dog to hang out
Okay.
with me.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Oh, weenie dog.
Weenie dog.
He's gonna need some attention. Otherwise, he's gonna.
Is that your
Um,
mom?
what's up?
Is that your mom?
That is my mom.
Tell her I said hi.
They say hi. Anywho.
All right. We'll cut back to Echo then. You've left the casino. What now?
She's just gonna give a little bit of a blank look, kind of overlooking the crowd. Oh, that was interesting. I don't think I want to be in there. Either way, I've got to make coins, so I don't know what I was thinking trying to busk. That's not where the real money's at anyway. She'll just she'll leave that, like, she'll go and probably start yeah, she's gonna sell her ass.
Okay.
Doing the whole thing.
On Commercial Street.
On Commercial Street. If she sees any of the cop bots or anybody who looks official, she'll just like
Kind of dip out.
yeah.
How did we do this last time? Give me a D100.
Okay.
All right. And was it a performance? No. Persuade? I don't remember what check I had to do. I don't know why it's not. Just give me a flat charisma check. So click on the charisma, not the saving throw, but the
Mm-hmm.
cool. Yeah, you'd be able to find somebody.
Since she has more
I
of a understanding of the I can't say I have more of an understanding of the gold system over here, but she does. She will. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's accepting cash.
More than the gold at this point.
All right. Yeah, you'd be able to probably take you a bit longer than you'd like, but you'd find someone eventually. Commercial
Is it another
streets.
robot?
We're gonna find out. How did I? What's that? No, it's not a robot. It would actually be as far as you could tell, a regular human.
All right.
Give me a performance check.
All right.
All right, all right. Yeah, he rolled a 15, so both kind of on par with one another. Decent
Oh.
time.
Good.
How much you asking?
Equivalent of 2 gold.
Equivalent of 2 gold. Okay. He gives you 200 Virago dollars.
All right. How do I?
Just put it down as 2 gold.
Okay. Let's see.
The plot is not lost. It is converted.
Thank you.
$1 is equivalent to about a copper.
Oh, okay.
1 copper?
Yep.
How many coppers are in a silver?
10.
How many silvers are in a gold?
10.
Wowie. Gold is gold is a lot then. What the hell?
Gold is worth a lot more on the other side of the river than it is in the solar court.
The heck? Okay then. I was like, what do you mean 1 copper is $1? We've been exchanging things with gold. Oh my god. Sorry, I interrupted. Carry on.
No, you're good. So yeah. I guess also, where are you going for this? Just an alleyway?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. You don't get caught. Got lucky so far.
Good.
All right, yeah. So you made some good money.
Good. She'll kind of start walking back up, but kind of mutter to herself, Ainsley is always right. Woman can't give more than her body.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll make her way up.
Alrighty. Rory, you would probably be getting home before either of them.
Well, that's...
So, just Gurn. Gurn's still home, right, Gurn?
Yeah, he's been doing that stuff all the time.
Yeah. Probably hear him tinkering away in his room. Speaking of which, Gurn, give me another sleight of hand. Did you give me a second one already? I forgot.
No, not a second one.
Okay. Yeah, give me a second one. Nice.
Do it again?
Yeah, I'd imagine you'd probably get a good bit into the next one that you're working on when you would hear Rory get home.
Rory enters the house, drops off the diary in his room and hides it under his pillow. He kind of calls out for Echo, Homer, and Gurn. Echo! Homer?
Fuck off.
Gurn!
Sometimes I can still hear her voice.
Anyone home? He kind of just looks around. There's no way everyone went out, right? He goes to Echo's room and knocks. Echo? He checks at Homer's bed, looks under it. Maybe he's in the bathroom.
Exactly.
Homer! You in there? Maybe. He's not on the couch. Wanders into the kitchen area. No one's in the back room. No
Back rooms?
way. Everyone went out? Oh, wait. He goes to Gurn's door. Gurn, are you home?
Probably as you go to knock on the door, you just kind of like whiff as it opens,
Oh,
and then you look down and Gurn's there.
Gurn, what the? Never mind.
What?
Where is everybody? Rory kind of seems frantic. Have
Just
you
kind of
been
stares
home?
at you for a second and then shrugs.
Have you been home the entire time?
Yeah?
So you don't know where they went?
No.
I mean, I'll let you know if anything, cause give you some time to think about it. He kind of shows Gurn the newest job board listings he wrote down. There's new job board listings and they're all fighting ones. I wanted to see if anyone wants to go with me to fight them.
Let me know when we're doing it.
Okay. Are you just gonna stay in here then?
Yeah.
What are you working on anyway? Rory wants to peek in, but he doesn't want to overstep.
He just stares at you.
I, Rory kind of just stares back. I guess that's fair. Maybe I'll. And he just kind of trails off and leaves the house again, closing the door behind him.
Okay, back onto
Yeah,
the
he went
streets.
back onto the streets, and he starts heading towards Life in Bloom.
All right. Yeah, not a long walk. 10 minutes or so.
Still open, right? It's like only like
Yeah, it's
early
still
evening.
yeah, early evening, late afternoon. As you approach, you'd see Lily actually outside, um, kind of moving around some of the display that's out on the street outside of the store.
He kind of approaches and gives Lily a friendly wave. Kind of looks at her though, like with wanting to ask her a question. Said, look.
Good evening, Rory. Good to see you again.
Hi Lily. Do you mind if I ask you a weird question?
Sure, go ahead.
Actually, but let me ask you a simpler question before I ask the weirder one. Have you seen Echo or Homer Bum?
No. I'm assuming those are your party members.
He just sighs and bows his head. Yeah. I mean, I guess we live together and we're co-workers. So, yeah. Rory feels very iffy about calling them friends now. He feels dejected about everything that's going on.
Oh.
No, I haven't seen them recently.
Anyway, well, if you come across them later, I mean, I guess you could let them know I'm looking for them.
Sure.
But the weirder question, and he kind of like puts a prayer hand in front of him and goes, "Please, please, please, I don't mean to offend. How long have you been pregnant?"
She gives a bit of a frown for a second and then kind of sighs and smiles sort of sadly. Well, since the seclusion started, dear. 503 years and 8 months.
Jesus.
Rory's jaw drops, his eyes roll back, and he fainted.
All right.
He literally just said, "Ah," and then rolled back and fainted on the ground.
All right. We'll leave Rory on the ground and
Yeah, that's gonna yeah.
Yep. Felly, are you with us? Are you good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So yeah, Homer, picking yourself up off the ground, I imagine, in front of the veil, as it's called, the wall. What's the plan?
Gonna pick himself off the ground. And then, let's see. He, hmm. Okay, so like, is there like, did the trees just kind of like abruptly stop at the wall, or is there like a clearing before the wall?
They abruptly stop, and actually glancing up, you'd notice some of them. It seems to have sort of cut off branches. As some of the trees have branches that should overlap it, but they just kind of stop where the wall is.
They, um, sorry, I think he's gonna kind of like dust himself off, get horny sword, get his bottle, get his belt back on, and he's just gonna be like, so the tree trunks, are there, are they like really smooth? Does it look like does it look like it's good for climbing?
There's probably a good couple, like, fairly decent climbing trees that you'd be able to find. A lot of them are pretty big, like full grown, various types of deciduous trees. So the leafy ones. Some evergreen sprinkled in there as well, but
He's gonna attach his the sword and bottle to his little utility belt he has going on, and attempt to climb up a tree.
okay. Give me either acrobatics or athletics.
I stepped away from my laptop. Could somebody roll
I
for me?
do that.
Thank you. Maybe like acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics is definitely the way to go. Yeah, you're able to clamber up pretty easily.
He's trying to get as close to the canopy as is like physically like reasonable and safe, like that can
Yeah.
support his weight. You know, he's not going to push it.
You're able to get pretty high, enough to mostly. There's still some trees around you that are taller than the one you're in, but mostly get a look around the sort of top of the canopy. And you would give me a perception check first, as you sort of scan the sea of green around you. Oh, you're able to do that. Perception check. Yeah, you are able to see the wall of the city, and actually, easiest of all, the clock tower, sort of to the northwest of you, a good few miles northwest of you. Clock tower kind of poking up over the tree line. All to the sort of east and northeast of you is just a sea of trees.
Oops, sorry, I accidentally muted myself.
You good?
Is the forest so dense that it's like the dark forest biome in Minecraft where you can like
Yes.
kind of like
Yeah, pretty much.
okay, so you can like kind of walk across, not quite walk maybe, but like traverse across.
Well, if the leaves were solid like in Minecraft, sure. You'd have
I
to be
mean,
kind
like-
of jumping from branch to branch to do that, but it would be, yeah, the trees are definitely like close enough that you could feasibly do that. You would be running the risk of falling if you slip, but
Okay. So you said like hopping from branch to branch, or is it just like more like stretching or maybe hopping to some?
probably a mix.
Okay.
Some are probably closer than others, but
Oh. He's probably just gonna find like a good kind of like solid branch to lean up against with his back. And he's probably just gonna like in the direction of probably the clock tower and like forest just continue to, you know, kind of watch, drink. It's just kind of hanging out.
all right.
He's gonna do that for some time.
At some point, as you're kind of chilling, you will hear a rather strange, unearthly sounding howl off in the distance. Doesn't seem too close yet.
Yet.
Oh Lord. Does it sound anything like the Chimera?
Give me a history check if you can. Do you need me to do that? $17. I'm gonna take the one that I rolled.
Yeah, yeah, please.
Holy fuck! Second nat one.
I don't want to talk about it. Echo's self-esteem has greatly suffered.
No, it doesn't sound like that. The Chimera was more of like a sort of roaring, kind of liony, sort of dragony roar sound. This is more of a sort of bone-chilling howl.
Oh, that makes that so much better.
Damn. Homer's gonna ask his sword and be like, "The fuck was that,
How am I supposed to know?
girl? Haven't you been around here for a long ass time?"
Not in the fucking Shimmerwood, man.
I can
Oh.
imagine this sword is so like, I can imagine her as being like even more like crass, like mean, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Which is honestly Homer's type. Anyways.
Oh my gulai.
Good.
He's just kind of gonna shake his head, and yeah, he's just gonna, you know, just he able to like approximate the location? Like, does it sound like it's coming like below him?
It's a good bit off in the distance, probably at least a mile or so off. Kind of to the east, or yeah, to the east, sort of northeast-ish.
Okay.
Looking at the clock tower, you can tell you're kind of like down here. If you can see my ping.
Oh yeah, I gotta. Oh, okay. Cool.
The howl was probably more like deep into the woods.
Hmm. Yeah, I think he's gonna. Hmm. Uh, yeah, maybe he'll just be like, fuck it. And he'll start trying to, as carefully as probably he can manage, with his very careful personality, certainly. He'll, uh, probably like start trying to, move through the canopy, uh, closer to the clock tower.
All right. Give me an acrobatics again,
Mhm.
as well as a survival check, please.
Oh lord. You said acrobatics and
Survival.
okay.
All right. Yeah, you're able to kind of, go a tree or two, glance up again, sort of make sure you're still headed in the right direction. Slowly but surely making your way back towards the city. Um, at one point, you will hear beneath you on the forest floor the sound of something running very quickly under you. But by the time you sort of glance down, you don't see anything.
It's gonna. What's up?
Nope, go ahead.
He's gonna kind of crack a shit-eating grin, and I think he's gonna like make the educated guess of just being like, that little fucker's shadow. And let's see. Has he made like a little amount of distance, or has he made some progress?
It's slow going, but you're getting there.
Okay. Um.
It's definitely slow, sort of trying to pick your way through the branches, but
All right. Yeah, he's gonna gonna probably keep moving on, taking little occasional breaks to hit his little bottle and
yeah.
something like that. Catch his
Uh,
breath.
Every now and then, as you go, you'll hear shuffling footsteps beneath you. Never able to catch a glimpse of anything. Just kind of clear that you are not alone here. And probably after a good couple of hours at least, probably a good few hours, um, you'll end up. There's a very small, short clearing at the edge of the tree line where there's a bit of a gap between the tree line and the wall that surrounds the city.
I see. All right. Yeah, that makes sense with the direction he's headed. Um, is the wall like smooth? Like I'm guessing the wall isn't very climbable.
Yeah, no, it's pretty smooth, sort of stone.
All right.
You'd also probably be able to from here see the river not too far off to the west of you.
He is going to get down from his tree. And kind of try to, as closely as possible, follow the wall or river, trying to stay away from the forest, basically, because he's caught onto the grift that not a good idea to go in there. And he's going to try to follow his way down the riverbank looking for his little stuff pile.
Okay. Do you cross the river closer to the wall, or are you following on the side that you're on?
He's following on the side that he's on for a little bit until he can probably see his stuff from the other side, if he sees his stuff.
Okay. Yeah. As you make your way down, you'll hear noises in the forest. As it's sort of getting closer to evening, things seem to be livening up a little bit. But yeah, eventually, probably not too long, maybe 20 minutes. You'll see on the other side of the river your stuff where you left it.
Okay, at this point, how physically do you think Homer would be feeling? Because I imagine he's getting pretty tired.
Probably pretty wiped. Give me a Constitution, just a check, so that if you click on not the section where it says saving throws, but the actual section where your stats are. Yeah. Honestly, like, yeah, you're tired, but feeling alright.
Okay.
Probably a little pumped up on adrenaline of just wanting to get the fuck out of here before the sun goes down.
He is, after kind of realizing that still has a little bit more in him. Take more. Keep hitting the bottom. Keep hitting the bottom. And he is going to cross the river again.
Alright. What check did I have you make the first time? I don't remember. I already forgot.
Athletics or acrobatics. Acrobatics or athletics, one of them. So he rolled a 6. He rolled a 6. So
yes, give me an athletics check. I see it.
All right.
Yeah, you're able to make it. Definitely, by the time you come out, you're pretty wiped, but you made it.
All right. He is going to look for his mouse friend. He's going to make like some. He's been kind of like, maybe like in the background sometimes of like I don't know if he's perfected it because he's just a man, and not magical. But he's tried to like make this like cheatering language with the mice that outside of like like trying to train him with food, like he also tries to get the mouse's attention with chittering.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna try some chittering.
Where's your cloud, dude?
Oh yeah, your cloud.
I thought he just keeps it in the bottle. Maybe he didn't bring the bottle with him today.
It's in the bottle somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like he probably bring the bottle. He just hasn't whipped it out yet. He hasn't used it in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's too focused on Horny Sword.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, horny sword.
And the mouse just kind of lives in his pocket, so his pet cloud only comes out if he lets him out of the bottle.
Yeah, probably from within the pile of your clothes, the mouse would come out, kind of sit up and look at you.
He's gonna kind of apologize to the mouse, not in the chittering language, but just in English. And then he's gonna, pack up his shit, put his clothes back on, begrudgingly.
Oh my god!
I forgot he was naked.
Yep, he's been
The whole time. The whole fucking time.
I literally totally forgot. That means he went
Oh
full.
my god!
The veil. Yep.
Oh my god!
Yeah, should he have taken damage from hitting the wall because he like T-posed and his dick and balls were out?
Oh my god!
Probably not enough to take an actual point of damage, but I mean, you slammed your dick into the wall, so.
I hate when I slam my dick in the wall.
It wasn't hard when that happened, because that probably would have hit it first, and then everybody.
Oh my god!
Unless he's one of those people that just goes straight up instead of out.
Does that make him the first guy to ever touch the wall with his dick?
Probably not.
Oh.
Oh no,
500
the
years,
implications
man.
there are even worse. God damn.
500 years. Listen,
Dirty.
Yo, they're probably bodies just by the wall, old remains by the wall at that point.
Yeah.
Someone marries the wall.
That's why the wall's still up. Duh.
Oh.
I was thinking about having Homer goon in the forest, but I was just like, eh. Maybe he's more in an adventure than a gooning mood.
Well, he could have been planning on gooning and then saw that someone was watching him.
And that ruined the
Yeah.
mood. That ruined the vibe.
Yeah. It probably wouldn't have ruined the vibe, but it was just more so he was like, oh, what if I just do something new? Because I goon a lot, you know. What if I follow?
That's normal.
Yeah, the Shadow Dude. Anyways, actually, speaking of Shadow Dude, Homer's gonna take one last look in the woods, and try to scan the Shadow Dude.
All right, give me a perception check.
White Wolf says, not sure if I feel bad for him or the wall or the jealous sword.
Yeah. It's
Oh my
kind of
God.
a lose-lose-lose. You don't see the sword, however, in the sort of fading light, you see something maybe worse. As you see some glowing eyes watching you, and then sinking back into the tree line of something quite large.
Holy shit. Well, Homer Bum is gonna look a little scared, but then he's gonna shrug, helicopter at it, flip it off, and be like, "Fuck you, bitch! You didn't get my ass! You didn't get this whole Homer Bum ass!"
Sorry, did you say helicopter at it?
He's fucking taunting the eldritch horror in the forest. He just narrowly escaped.
Oh God, what if? Actually, I'm gonna be quiet. Last time I said something, it made it so much worse. So last time I pointed out observation, it made it so much worse.
Let's see.
If nothing happens in response to man's hubris, Homer Bum's probably. Let's see. Okay, so he's tired as fuck. He's kind of gonna once he's gonna keep walking into the direction of the gate and the graveyard and stuff. And he's kind of gonna just ask the sword, and just be like, man, I really think the roomies. He still says kind of roomies with a surprised inflection sometimes, and it's like, well, I don't want to give the roomies a scare by not me showing up, because you all seem to want to be generally pretty connected. But man, I kind of miss just sleeping without too much fuss. What do you think I should do? Fuck. No, I shouldn't ask you. You're probably just gonna tell me to fuck you and sleep out underneath the stars and all night and shit. Yeah, I guess I'll go home. Yeah, he's gonna. I think at this point he's gonna head home. Hesitates kind of at the idea of sleeping in a forest, but he makes his way nonetheless.
Alrighty, you've got about a 5-mile walk ahead of you.
Jiminy Christmas, holy shit.
Dude, okay. Even if he takes what if he takes the 003 back home? Is that still a 5-mile walk?
Well, you have to walk up here to get back into the city is the issue.
Oh, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a wall around. The only exit into the area is
Unfortunately,
over
there's a wall,
there.
Oh,
All
yes, okay.
I mean,
I wonder
you make it. You trudge home just fine. But
Okay.
yeah,
how long is that taking
you're gonna
him?
be tired. Huh?
How long is that taking Homer?
How long does it take to walk 5 miles? Good couple of hours? 3 hours?
The average character can walk in a traveling pace about, I think, 16 miles in a day.
That's probably about what you're hitting, to be honest with you.
Like 3 to 5 hours, basically.
He does
But
have
I think-
the
Once you get back into
I
the
think up
city,
to-
you'll move a bit quicker because of that,
the city
I think it's up to
secrets.
24, at a fast pace if you're like pushing yourself.
Alright.
God, I'm still remembering how Rory ran the entire time that one time. Ran from all the way from the southern quarter all the way to the farm area without stopping. God. Oh jeez.
Okay, Echo. After you are done fucking, what you doing? Heading home or?
Yeah.
Alrighty. I would imagine you and Homer probably get home around the same time. What time? It was like early evening when Rory stopped at the flower shop, so yeah, you'd probably get home and Rory would not be there.
She probably won't. Think nothing of it. Is it dinner time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just about.
Without a word, she just goes in, makes dinner for these folks.
Alrighty. Ain't doing anything special, Homer?
Dude, I think like Homer has had like straight to the bathroom
Alright.
for a fucking hot bath.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, Rory, you wake up in a comfy bed in an unfamiliar room
Well, that's concerning.
with a headache.
What the? Where am I?
As you kind of stir, you'll hear some footsteps from out of the room, and then Lily will poke her head in through the door. Oh, good, you're awake. Are you feeling all right? Can I get you a drink?
He kind of slowly gets up and goes, Lily, what happened?
You fainted
Why
on
was
me,
his face?
dear. I was worried you hit your head rather badly, but it
He
seemed
tried-
to be all right.
Can he roll a history check?
Sure.
He's trying to remember why he fainted. Nope.
No.
Okay.
Remember getting to the flower shop?
He kind of just holds his head. What was Lily? What was I doing? Why did I faint?
She'll kind of give a bit of a bemused kind of chuckle. Well, I think you were a bit surprised, by the way that, physical conditions, work in the city. And she kind of puts a hand on her stomach as she says that.
Rory kind of looks confused, and then he slowly remembers what Cyrus said that morning, and then what she said when he saw her, and he kind of foams at the mouth a little, and then goes, Tyrion! And starts rushing towards the door.
She'll kind of give you a bit of a concerned look. What is there something wrong?
What? He kind of suddenly stops and he's like, Lily! Belly! Physical! Tyrion! Oh, Loverboy's gonna get it! He didn't say anything to us! And he starts, like, winding up his shoulders and charging over to Tyrion's area.
Damn.
Right. Yeah, as you exit the room you're in, you'll realize you're actually in Lily's apartment, kind of in the back of the flower shop. Make your way to the front, back into the store, and you can see she closed up for the day. But yeah,
This
she'll kind
entire
of
time,
follow you as you head out.
this entire time, he's thinking, wow, this apartment looks nice. Oh god, she closed the shop. Oh no, is it my fault? No time! I have to yell at Tyrion. So he's just rushing over to Tyrion's apartment above, which he knows is above now.
Yeah, she doesn't really stop you. She kind of follows you out into the main shop part, and then kind of lets you off. Yeah, are you knocking on the door? What you doing?
He immediately bangs on Tyrion's door. Tyrion, open up! The mask is slowly not there a little bit, just tad.
There's no response.
He bangs even louder. Tyrion! I know you're in there!
Nope.
Guess he's
He
not
is
in
so
there.
tempted to kick. He's so tempted to kick down the door. He stares at it for a bit. He goes, "No, no, no, can't go to jail over this." He starts stomping down the stairs and starts heading towards, I believe, the headquarters that's in the old ward.
All right. Oh, where are you going? The clock tower?
What's the castle thingy that's near there? That's where we did the office paperwork.
It's the solar court.
Oh yeah,
courthouse.
not the old ward, the solar court. My bad.
Well, yeah, the old ward's in the solar court.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's heading over there.
Okay. Lily is just kind of watches you from the door to the flower shop. Just kind of watches you go.
You know how like that Tom and Cat thing where Tom's like his shoulders are so like squared up and he's like
Yep.
just yeah, that's him marching
Power
through the town
walking.
right now.
All right. Yeah, I mean it takes you a good 15 minutes to get up the hill.
He's
walking
been
up
booming
the
this entire
staircase.
time.
And yeah, at the top of the hill, there's the courthouse palace thing off on the left. There's the clock tower sort of off on the right, and then kind of in the center, the sort of temple-looking building that the canals split out from.
He immediately tries to barge into that building with where they did the paperwork.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Not even checking if it's open. He's just gonna try to barge in.
Yeah, you're able to walk in just fine back into that vaguely familiar sort of entrance hall. You don't see anyone.
Isn't there usually people here? He starts going to any door he sees and throws it open.
The first door you try would probably be locked.
He tries the next door he could find.
Let's see.
He's just going up every door now. At this point, trying to open them. Or slamming them open if he can.
Oh, okay. As you go, trying various doors, one opens, it's just into a storage closet. A couple of them are locked. One opens and it's just kind of an empty office.
He progressively screams into every single room that he finds that is empty.
Oh,
At some point, as you go, uh, probably throwing open a door, leaning in, finding another empty room, letting out a shout, you'll hear an unfamiliar female voice behind you. You need something, kid?
Rory kind of like, in a frustration cry, goes, "Where is Tyrion?"
As you turn around, you will see posting in the photo log. Actually, we won't do that yet because she hasn't been officially introduced. It'll be in art. You turn around and you see a woman with a unicorn horn growing out of her forehead and pointed ears with sort of vibrant magenta eyes with cat-like slit pupils, and she's standing there with her arms crossed in a rather official-looking suit, sort of military-looking uniform. And as you say that, she gives a bit of a grin. He's at work. What you need him for?
Rory, in frustration, just yells, "Why? How? Why didn't he tell us this? Why didn't he tell us that how we get here is how we're stuck here?"
He didn't tell you that.
Huh? I'm friends with someone who's been pregnant for 500 years!
She gives a bit of a laugh. Well, I mean, if you want to talk to him, he's over at the clock tower right now.
Rory immediately is like, "Okay," but then he just suddenly, like, feels a shiver go down his spine. He's like, "You said the clock tower?"
Well, that's where his office is.
He kind of looks in the direction of where the clock tower is supposed to be. And while he's really upset, he goes like, something about the clock tower makes him feel scared. And he just kind of grits his teeth and goes, "Just tell him Rory's looking for him." And then he like storms out.
good call. She could stab you with her head.
Yeah, that's true. She just kind of watches you go, doesn't really say anything or stop you. As you come back out into the evening air.
Is there any staircases nearby?
There's the one that leads down the hill.
The one where he ended up tripping into a lamppost
No.
while going down it?
Well, that wasn't on the stairs, but yes.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. Rory's just gonna start heading down, but then he's gonna stop. Kind of plop down on the stairs and just... I guess the best term is wail.
All right.
Like, not... just like... Not like a blood-curdling scream, but just like, you know, when you get really frustrated, you just want to yell, and you yell to the sky.
Yep.
And his, like, tears are forming because he's so frustrated. Rory's not having a good day today, clearly.
He
But,
wasn't having a good day yesterday.
No, Rory's not having a good start of the week. It's only Wednesday. He just goes, "This utter bull," and he like looks to his hand, and he wonders if this is why his hand hasn't been fully healing from the cut that he got when he first entered this world. There's been like a slight scar that's been formed on his hand.
Yep.
He just kind of sits there and thinks to himself, He's like, I can't, I can't go home. I can't find them. The people I'm with, they're not really. He kind of breathes. He's like, you know the story. You know. You knew. It's not different. It's not different. It's life. This is life. You're dealing with it. He thinks about how he was at the school earlier in the diary. He's like, the life you wanted is not the one you live. You have to remember that. The life you wanted is not the one you live. And he kind of kills him a little bit on this side. He doesn't want to go home right now.
After probably a good few minutes of sitting, you'll hear the slight click of heels on pavement as someone approaches. And looking up, you'll see it's the same woman as before. And she comes and sort of just kind of stands next to you. Looks at you for a second. Trouble adjusting, huh?
Rory just kind of hangs his head low and goes, I don't... Why do you guys need us? You guys hired us for this real thing? We don't even... He kind of thinks about everybody. He's like, I wanted to get along with them. I don't even know where I stand with them. We don't even work together, really. Now finding out that our physical whatever is just how it's always gonna be.
Well, that's not true.
Roy
Ash
kinda...
told you at least that you can heal it. You just gotta heal it intentionally.
Rory kind of just face palms. It's like, if I have to keep healing things every day, I won't have enough blood.
Not every day, unless you're getting hurt every day. The city heals back to however you were when you came in. So if you get hurt here, it'll heal you, but if you were hurt before you came in, you gotta have someone fix it for you.
Rory kind of just looks
Makes
up at her.
sense.
But what about Lily? How can you deal with being pregnant for that long? What about that child in there? Don't they deserve to come out?
Well, I'm sure if they could, they would. Probably too early to do surgery. There were some who were able to. If it was close enough to the delivery date, but if she hasn't got it out by now, then there's probably a reason why.
And then he just starts rambling about. So he goes like, Homer Bum's issues, they're not gonna totally go away, or Echo's injuries won't either. And what about Cyrus's? He's a paraplegic that we can't fix that. He starts rambling on all these things he knows about some people.
Well, Cyrus is a different story. What's wrong with him isn't something that we can really fix here. The good news is it won't progress until the veil lifts. As for the rest of you, go talk to Ash. She'll heal you up. That's all you need to do.
How? And he kind of just looks like, how can you all just be okay with this? Everyone just moves along here, they don't feel trapped, or maybe they do feel trapped.
Lots of us feel trapped, kid. But once you've been here for a couple centuries, I guess in a sense you start to get used to it. Better now that people ain't trying to kill each other all the time.
Rory kind of just puts his head in his hands. Centuries. Centuries. I don't have... Do we have to have centuries?
She kind of shrugs. That ain't up to me to decide.
And no one's ever gone home, have they?
Not that I know of.
Rory kind of feels very defeated by that statement. So why? We just have to deal? Is that what it is?
Well, the alternative's that or dead, I suppose. You've only been here a week. Give it some time. Let yourself settle in.
I guess the best way to describe the next thing that Rory does is kind of just slowly stands up and kind of mutters. Have you heard of the death cult that's been around?
Heard of it. It's been one of the main things we've been looking into recently. Got extra patrols out, especially in the old ward. Seems like a waste to me, but
Rory kind of goes, Do you guys need live bait?
you see her kind of raise an eyebrow and sort of regard you almost in a new light. Gives it a bit of a smile. Not yet, but if it comes to that, I'll let you know. Why, you looking to volunteer?
Rory, with a hollowed look, just nods.
Well, I'll keep it in mind.
He goes, I guess I should head home then. And
Giving up
turns
on talking
away.
to your boss? She kind of nods back to the tower.
Rory kind of just mutters something, which is akin to the phrasing, Tyria could fuck off for all I care.
Damn.
He was neutral to him before, and now he just feels very, I guess, betrayed by him. Because Rory's, like, finding out things that is not exactly what Tyria had explained earlier. But I feel like Tyrion has reasons, but Rory doesn't think so.
Ash
A
did
lot of-
try to explain it, but she's not exactly the most concise either, so...
Mm-hmm. It just, to Rory, it feels like the person who's supposed to be helping us keeps hiding shit from us. And now Rory doesn't feel like... Rory's currently feeling like, can't the people I'm supposed to be working with don't see me the same way right now. And he kinda is not dealing with this right now. So he's just gonna go home and go to bed.
As you sort of take a couple steps away, you'll hear her go, oh, well, that's a shame. I'd kind of like to know why we hired you, too.
And Rory just goes, who knows? Maybe we're sacrificial lambs in this regard. And he just keeps walking away.
Okay. So you'd get home on the later side. Probably around the time dinner's getting put on the table, I'd imagine.
he walks to the door, and then just kind of walks to his room without saying a word, and just plops on the bed.
Echo's.
And muffle.
Nope.
Oh, he muffly screaming into this pillow right now.
I think Echo would hear
Getting
that
that
or not.
And
Give me a perception check.
Mm,
Yeah.
fuck.
Echo will float over. Knock on Rory's door. Rory.
You hear Kurt, yeah, from the room.
Are you okay?
Silence.
What happened?
You hear a loud, heavy sigh. Rory goes over to the door, opens it, and the first thing he says, without even looking at Echo, is, "Do you know Lily has been pregnant for 500 plus years?"
What?
And he looks over to Echo, and you straight in the faces. "Do you know that Lily has been pregnant for 500 plus years?"
Do you think has she met Lily?
I don't remember.
Has anyone
This is-
other than Rory met Lily at this point?
Who's Lily? How big is she?
Rory taken back and like, "You haven't been to Life in Bloom yet?"
No?
Rory kind of
Is it what?
hangs his head.
What does she look like? Is it a full-blown adult in her?
He looks at Echo. "Echo, she looks like she's just 8 or 6 months pregnant.
Huh?
So, like, late second trimester, early third trimester. Now imagine carrying that for 500 years! Not to mention that our bodies just go back to what we were when we enter this town, so that's why my hand hasn't fully healed."
Can you give me an insight, please?
Me?
Yeah.
Rory's just unhinged reacting right now.
You can see she's fiddling with her rings on her arms. Well,
Rory's just like... Rory just had head in his hands. He's like...
Rory, come eat.
What's the point?
Because I want you to not be hungry. You
Who
need to
knows?
take
Maybe
care-
our bodies will reset from that too.
Rory, I wouldn't. I don't want you to go hungry. And if you're in this house, you're not going hungry.
Rory kind of just sighs. Echo, what are we supposed to do?
About what?
Tyriad keeps lying to us.
Is it lying or is it he's just a busy guy and he's forgetting?
Rory kind of just pauses. He goes, I don't know.
Do you know he teaches? He teaches at a mage school? He has a second
Well-
job. And it seems like it seems like he's very important to our whatever this is. And she points to the real department pin that you got going on. I don't think he would
Right.
remember.
Rory kind of just looks defeated.
I
mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he's just going, I mean... He is at a loss for word for right now.
I can only imagine having to tell this to every other person who gets brought into this godforsaken place. I'm having a lot of trouble without my daughter. So I really don't need this right now, so if you're going to eat, please come to the table.
Nori just kind of nods and follows Echo to the table.
She'll probably knock on Gurn's door and call for him to come get food.
Alex, give me one more check for that, and we'll see.
Well, what else have you been doing today?
Nori kind of looks up. He's like, I got the book from the library.
Oh, yeah?
He
Well,
kind of
that's-
nods.
That's nice. But I doubt that'd take
You
you
hear-
all day, or... Where else?
I sat at a park that's by a school and reading it.
School.
There was wizard people fighting. I don't know. They had people studying, people chatting. Kind of sat there reading a book, kind of just pretending.
Pretending what?
Kind of just flails his arms. I don't know, Echo. Just at least pretending a little bit of... He kind of chills off.
Insight.
Your insight?
I'm
Sure.
inciting you. Ha 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 ha!
There's a very big sadness hiding behind what Rory's saying. That Echo, I think, is picking up. That deals with something that he was crashing out about yesterday.
Please just say it, Rory.
Do you ever just look at the world around you and go, this was the life I was supposed to live, that I wanted to live, and but your life is not that.
Oh, Rory.
He looks to Echo, hoping she understands.
When I go out busking, yes. When I see the crowds gather around, listening to my singing. But no one really cares about what a woman has to offer in that regard, so it's best I just
Rory kind of just gives her a puzzled look. What are you talking about? Women are amazing. They could do everything. They could do everything a man can do. Sometimes even better.
I am very envious of your time period.
I mean...
If everybody holds women in high regard, anyway, but anyway,
Rory just
I think I get what you're saying.
He kind of just stammers like, I know you, at this point I feel like you haven't met Lily, but she reminds me of somebody who was important to me. And he kind of like touches his veil on his head. She's the reason I have this. And I miss her very, very dearly. And you
You
remind
guys will
me of
awkwardly
her.
hear. Sorry, you guys will awkwardly hear something metal hit the floor,
Rory snaps
and
his
then
head in
Gurn will
that
kind of like
direction.
stare at it. You see Gurn with what looks like 3 small metallic objects, and there's a 4th on the floor, and he's kind of like awkwardly trying to look at the 3 in his hands, and then awkwardly hold them in one arm as he slowly tries to grab the one off the floor.
Rory upon approaches Gurn. Hey, Gurn, do you need help with that?
Kind of like pause halfway through. And just... Sure.
Rory helps him pick up the 4th metal object on the floor.
Okay.
Where do you need me to put this?
The one you pick up looks like a weird scrap metal bug with wings.
He kind of just looks
Except
at it.
now one of the wings is bent.
Sorry, Gurn. The wing looks kind of dented. Where would you want this?
I can fix it. On the table for now.
Rory kind of goes back and pops it on the table over here. And goes to sit back down while looking at Gurn. Need any more help, or?
He'll walk over and then place one of them in front of you, one of them in front of Homer, and then he'll go down and place one in front of Echo. And then he'll go back and sit and grab the one that you had set on the table for him.
Is this for us, Gurn?
What is this?
He doesn't say anything as he like probably pulls like, I don't know, a set of pliers or something out of his pocket and tries to like re-bend the wing back into place as he's like half using mending on it. I'm gonna post them all on the art page slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Echo, yours looks like a slightly creepy looking cat made out of scrap,
Oh.
but it has like a slight bobble to the head. There's that one.
Oh my god!
Okay.
That is so creepy. What the fuck?
When you said creepy, I
Rory,
wanted to
yours
be
is
loud.
it doesn't look this good because this is a slightly larger sculpture, but it's like a miniature version of this. Yours is a scrap tiger.
Oh.
Oh shit. Oh.
And then in front of Homer is his best approximation of a dog.
Aw.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Hell yeah.
Rory
And then
kinda
if anyone were to
Uh.
look at Gurns, Gurns is a dragonfly that is
That
made out of
explains-
half ammunition.
Yeah, that explains that.
Let me see.
That explains how the wing got bent too. Then.
Like doing Discord sharing.
Yeah, the wings are very thin, so it just
Yeah.
the second it hit the ground, just folded.
Let's see.
Rory kind of just goes, "Wait, so when you asked about an animal, is this what this was for, Gurn? Is this what you were building all day?"
kind of stares at you and gives you a lizard blink.
Rory kind of hangs his head low, trying really hard not to cry. You could hear him holding back with the muffled sniffling and stuff like that.
Okay, I will take that off now. Hold on.
Yeah, Gurn won't even say anything. He'll just start eating.
Oh. No.
Homer will kind of like do a little soft squeeing, or like his old man equivalent. Excited.
Oh, the really weird high-pitched squee that he did that one time.
Yeah.
More quiet.
Yeah, probably more tired too, frankly. Like his usual expressiveness is probably going to be a little bit dulled down due to physical exhaustion. But he's gonna,
Let's see.
say that it looks sick, and that and he is going to say it somewhat sarcastically, but not in a mean way, that it looks perfectly like a Rottweiler. Yeah, and he's going to eat.
These are probably, by the way, the size of maybe a little bit more than a hand.
That makes sense. That's why Rory's holding it with 2 hands.
Oh, Gurn, I love it so much. Thank you.
Rory kind of just lifts his head, and tears are clearly streaming down his face. He goes, "Thank you, Gurn. I needed this today." God! Stop crying! Jeez. Okay.
I can't.
Ah!
Every
Hold
session.
on, wait. I need to not cry. Hold on.
Every session, Rory's gotta cry.
Ah! Hold on, wait. I'm actually just crying. Hold on, wait. Okay, I'm good. Oh. But yeah, no, Roy's still crying. Just cradling the thing in his hands.
Yeah, for the cat, you can kind of tell like the neck is kind of a thicker spring, or the best you could do with it. So it has a slight like bobble to it.
That's so cool.
But it's a little bit stiff because it is scrap metal.
Yeah.
So it's probably older pieces.
That's cute. Echo will just like look at it like very fondly. And give Gurn a very appreciative smile. And probably after
Rory.
a while. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you
No,
go
you go ahead.
Oh, you go.
No, it can wait.
She's going to ask Rory something, or tell, or I don't know, something.
It's fine. What I could say could wait. It's fine.
Okay. Rory, she will look at Rory after a while, probably of silence or whatever. And she'll give him a little bit of a smile. You know, Rory, if you found yourself actually learning. I think now would be the time to do it.
What do you mean?
Well, if we're gonna be here for a while, why not do what you've wanted to do? You said you were just at that school.
Well, yeah, it's a school, but I mean,
And you wanted to be in that life, didn't you?
Rory kind of just chuckles. He's like, Echo, I feel like I'm too old to be in school now.
Nonsense.
I never really got to have, the life where you get to go to school, make friends, and be a kid.
Maybe now is the time.
Isn't 21 a little too old?
How many children did you see there? Oh, sorry.
Age doesn't matter. You learn every day.
Exactly.
Rory kind of wipes away a tear. You mean because we're stuck here, I should? He kind of just doesn't finish the sentence. That would be okay?
Well, yes.
But what about our real job and stuff?
Well, that is only, what, twice a month? I think you have time.
What if it costs tuition? Or what if I'm not smart enough to get in? Or
Oh, you are smart enough, and don't even worry about tuition. I have it. I will pay for you to go, if that's what you want.
Go. Can't ask that.
I was gonna do it for Claire if I could.
I mean, we could always kill stuff.
That's
Oh,
true, but we
that's
need stuff to
right.
kill.
That's right. Rory scrambles around. We have jobs. That's what I was looking for you guys earlier today. We have jobs.
Oh.
He posts the newest. He shows them the newest job board postings. Look, we could fight. We could fight these things.
She'll take a look at the job postings.
That he copied down in his book.
Beast destroying crops. Helped out the sanctum. Tentacles. Are we dealing with a octopus?
Rory shrugs his arms. I don't know, but that way we won't be rusty when that thing happens. And we could work on our team coordination.
That is very true. Could help go towards your education.
A slight smile goes on Rory's face. I mean, he starts tearing up again. It's like, and he starts going, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
For what?
I was wrong. I was right and I was wrong.
She looks at you confused. What are you?
You guys really are good people. And I was wrong to think you guys didn't care. And he starts tearing up really badly.
Oh, Rory.
That whole thing yesterday, Echo, that was because I thought you guys didn't care. That this didn't matter. We're just trying to go through the motions.
I care very
And
much. It's just hard to show it sometimes.
He
I
kind of just
guess.
goes, I just didn't want you guys feeling like you were stuck with me or that we're all stuck with just each other.
I told you yesterday, Rory. We're here together. We might as well be family. At least in
Rory
my
kinda-
eyes.
Rory kind of nods. It's not like I had that before.
Well, you have it now.
He kind of rushes back to his room and goes the thing under the bed and goes, well, family shouldn't hide things then. This is what was at the library that I got copied, guys. And he flips to a certain page. So remember when I showed you guys that scar I have and why I was so confused about it? Well, this kind of explains what happened that day. Because I was there. And he shows the diary page that's detailing someone's accounts at the Garden Massacre at Blanchard Manor.
Echo would be reading this out for the other two.
Mm-hmm. It's basically explains how the servant girl watched as the son of a family member or a high family was being offered to a ritual and to like some sort of god, and the god, and whatever happened, there was a tragedy that happened where things went wrong. Thorny vines lashed out everywhere. People were maimed, people were grabbed. Some people managed to escape, some people were marked by the plant, and blood was drained everywhere. The white flowers became red roses and stuff like that. There were not many survivors, and so after explaining all that, how the child disappeared into a flower bush, and how the author is someone named Lilac Benito.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was there that night. I saw everything. I'm one of the unfortunate people who got branded that night.
I see. I'm so sorry.
Those who were branded got slight powers from the Scarlet Lady, and as such, we have to pay tribute to her. In order to access her powers, we offer life essence in exchange. Which I guess you guys could understand what that means. So, yeah, Lilac basically was my sister. And she's the reason why I lived.
Echo will give him a really sad look. I think Lilac would want you to keep going.
She was supposed to live this life too. Her and our brother were supposed to be here. They took them away from me. And I've been on the run since. I wanted to go back and show that evil family what they did to us. They took him away. They took Big Bro away, and they left Lilac to die. And they both wouldn't let me come out to help them. And knowing I'm stuck here, he kind of just shrugged off. But Echo, you're right. If maybe this means I'm part of a new family.
You are.
And I don't want anything bad to happen to you guys either.
That goes to say we aren't going to replace your old family. But I think they'd be very happy to learn that you are going to further your education. That you're going to live the life that all of you should have had. So you can get stronger. So when you get back...
Sorry.
So when you get back, you can look the people who did that in the eyes, and you can make them pay.
Rory smiles. I'm sorry for being emotional lately, guys.
It's okay. I think being here has maybe gotten us all emotional. Well, me, anyway. And I guess you.
Rory kind of looks to Homer bum. I don't know. Homer seems like he's adjusting well enough, if anything.
Homer will kind of shrug and then nod and then kind of like pause and kind of give like Rory, he's probably been looking at him pretty like sympathetically or empathetically and stuff, and this crusty old man will probably be a little bit vulnerable. He'll be like, well, I mean, sure, it's been great to have a roof over my head and people who are not trying to either steal my shit or, have other priorities other than where's food, water, shelter. It's been great to be somewhere with forest and just generally a little bit more hope. But we'll kind of look around the house a little bit uncomfortably. Rory, I still feel uncomfortable living like this. It's been a long time since I've had. He kind of gestures to the group, the party, and people who are like you all. And he'll kind of shrug at the end. the alcohol is my or the drugs are usually my biggest emotional regulation tool, but I think it's fair to say that this would be a hard adjustment on anybody.
Adjustment. Rory kind of just says, "You know, some lady told me that everyone has a hard time adjusting here. She said, after a few centuries, people get used to it. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if I could wait a century or so." He kind of laughs.
I don't want to
But-
wait a century for my daughter.
I don't think I could wait a century either.
Echo looks really sad.
Rory also looks really sad.
Homer probably willfully ignoring the kind of vibes here, just kind of throws his hands up and he's like, I could live here for centuries. No, but really, man, I've already been around for maybe a century. I feel you guys. Shit sucks out here. I hope y'all go home and you get your, and he kind of looks to Echo, and you get your kid back. I can't really imagine.
Rory kind of has the gears turning in his head and kind of looks at Homer and goes, "Wait a minute, Homer, did you say you were in the woods today?"
Homer Bum will give a cheeky and tired smile, and he'll just kind of wink.
He kind of just looks at Homer and then looks at Echo and then looks at Homer. Wait, you were in the woods today?
It doesn't seem like... Didn't he tell us that the woods were very dangerous and that no one's made it out alive?
Echoes almost got killed by wolves in there.
Rory just repeats, "You were in the woods today? And you're in front of us now?"
He laughs at those two responses, and he'll kind of just nonchalantly lean back in his chair, put his feet up on the table, acting all smug like crossing his little arms with his little bottle, and he's gonna be like, "Those woods, no problem. I've faced down fighter jets before with AI facial recognition and laser technology. Fucking
what?
skinwalkers are no match for me."
Rory goes like, "Is this another thing Tyria lied to us about?"
I'm not so sure.
Actually, now that if I actually recall what you're saying more about his busy life, how many people did we talk about responded with, "Oh, he hasn't told you guys yet? Or he didn't tell you guys that?" Maybe that lover boy of his is keeping him too occupied.
What lover boy?
Don't you know? He got a really weird bouquet recently.
I mean, I think I heard you talking about it.
That's what I thought. I mentioned it. But yeah, there's this weird person. He got a really weird. He talks about the really weird bouquet that he delivered to Tyriad. How essentially it was talking about an obsessive love. If you kind of go by the symbolism of the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrion has no idea who it is, but it kind of sounds like he has a stalker.
That's... Huh. Well, I don't... She will kind of like look off for a bit.
Maybe combined with the fact that there's that death cult, the secret dragon, whatever he does
don't
with the
think
clock tower.
I don't think he has a stalker. I think he knows who it is.
Rory kind of looks at Echo. Ooh, someone has tea.
Not
That reminds
too
me,
much.
Echo. What were you and Tyria talking about the other day? You came home with him. Or you were talking to him in that morning.
You know that emote that I did for you? With the eyes?
The speechless one?
Yeah. That's
Is
Echo
that
right
Echo
now.
right now?
Yeah, that's Echo right now.
Just he looks at her and he's like, "Don't you dare rotisserie chicken on me!"
I will rotisserie chicken anywhere I want. She starts
Echo!
she floats up and starts to spin like a rotisserie chicken.
Oh, come on, Echo! Spill the tea! Spill the tea!
Gonna be a slight shriek of metal as Gurnis pulled out a small sheet of metal and bent it, and then realized how loud it was and just kind of awkwardly sets it off to the side.
Rory kind of looks at Gurn. Your timing is impeccable, sir. God damn.
Echoes.
But
Sorry.
I finally figured out what I wanted to make.
Echoes
What do you
slowly
mean?
like rotisserie chickening like this way.
While Rory's distracted.
Yes.
What? By the way, Gurn, how many of these have you been making? Is this just the first 4?
Well, I got the metal yesterday, so
Oh,
yes.
Is that where you went? I heard everyone went off somewhere yesterday. So is that where you went?
Yeah.
Did you ever ask, like, anyone for... Never... Well, actually, never mind. You don't know... You don't pay attention to the book thing, do you?
Just stares at you.
Yeah, I figured. Alright. Well, I mean... I guess... Thank you for the meal, Echo.
No problem.
He looks over to where Echo is sitting. Where did... He's just overhanging over by Omer at this point.
Just very slowly spinning towards her room. An unseen servant just fucking picking up the plates.
Rory's just going, okay, I guess, I guess that was, huh.
Oh, and
Well-
don't worry. I have contacted Tyriad about the school, so
Already?
yep.
Oh, okay. Rory's just shocked by that.
Speaking of which, you would get that fairly quickly in response.
Okay. Come by the academy tomorrow.
All right then. Thanks, Echo.
And if there's anything, any Maybe I'll come with you. I have a bit of money on me, so
Are we not killing stuff tomorrow?
we could do that really quickly and then head over.
Did he specify what time we have to be at the academy? It could be later, right?
No.
Oh, is that not how school works?
I'm sure it's earlier, so we can go earlier and then go.
Off to kill monsters?
Yes.
Well, in that...
I imagine actually he would probably, using just a sending spell, follow that up. One second.
Thank you, Soul.
It was either that one or the one where it's like this. But the other one where he's just orange is just, I don't think that's more speechless, but like dumbfounded speechless.
No, it's not. It's not that one. It's just like, yeah, it's the first one.
Just the open eyes and just small mouth. Okay. I can't even imagine.
No one pointed out the joke Gurn made for himself.
Well, according to Homer Bum, Rory doesn't pick up on a lot of things. He has that slightly autistic flavoring to his logic, apparently.
Room 333. He'll be there until 5.
Rory just nods, and I guess he follows to go to his room for the night. It's been an emotional day.
Been an emotional day. He fainted and concussed himself.
He had anger to the point where he was storming around the city.
You met a really, really important character and didn't even find out her name.
Yo, there's a lot that happened.
Echo says goodnight to Gurn and Homer, and
What was the joke, Gurn?
yeah, I don't know what the joke was. I don't think I heard it.
Well, it's more of the visual joke of he made a dragon fly.
I was wondering if, yeah. Yeah, that's cute.
Aww.
Because he's totally a dragon.
Cute
See,
little
Rory's just-
dragon.
Rory keeps calling him a lizard, that's why he didn't make the connection. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. Lizards like dragonflies, that makes sense.
Oh, I'd like to think as she's rotisserie chickening out, she has her little cat bobblehead like clutched to her chest.
No.
Rory gathered up the diary and kind of says goodnight to everybody.
Gurn is a kobold.
So technically not
Dragon lineage.
specifically a dragon, but
But-
yeah, close enough.
Yeah, that's why Rory insulted him really badly, calling him a lizard on the first
Lizard
First day
with
they
a
met.
gun, and then
Lizard
also
with a gun.
Gurn
There was a
calling
lot of
Echo.
miscommunication.
What is it? Purple pussy.
Yeah.
Yup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rory also referred to Echo as the cat lady.
Yeah. She was
Like,
a lot meaner
multiple
back
times.
then.
Oh, multiple times.
Well,
And I
so,
think
to be fair.
And then at the same time, he only called Homer Bum, just Homer, and Homer got mad at him for not using his full name.
Homer said it once and then never got pissed off when Echo didn't say bum.
Yeah.
Rory just automatically calls him Homer Bum now because he's scared. He got so mad at him.
Echo's waiting for the challenge.
Good.
I think he's just sometimes just gives up.
He only needs one person calling him his full name every time at this point.
I guess so. Yeah, he just gets anal about it every once in a while.
Or maybe it's because
I could-
he thinks Rory's a kid and kids have to be respectful. I have no idea.
Oh man.
I could see because it was that I think was it was like half in reaction to Echo telling him not to call her lady. I could see that it being the type of thing where like if he needs something to bitch about, he gets angry about it, but like deep down kind of doesn't really care.
Totally.
Only Rory thinks he cares because he keeps referring to him in his full name that he knows.
I had to dip out.
Also for the
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're gonna leave it there tonight. Everybody in bed.
No, I need another 8 hours.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
but
I'll say for the scrap dog, that was Gurn's closest approximation because being from the Wild West, he wouldn't really have seen domesticated dogs that much.
does Gurn know what a Rottweiler is?
I was gonna
No,
get.
but
Some kind
Homer
of
did say something about
Yeah.
some kind of dog or whatever. So the closest thing he could think would be like a wild dog.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What is a Rottweiler? Like, I keep confusing that with Great Dane sometimes, and I know they're not Great
little
Danes.
Roddy.
But there's,
I love
like,
'em.
the buff versions of
Oh,
what are they called?
okay, I get like they look like the bully dogs, but they're not.
They're so cute.
They're precious. I always confuse them with Great Danes because when their ears are up, they look like Great Danes a little bit. But
One of my neighbors had the sweetest like Roddy, and
They're sweet
Ugh.
dogs.
they are. They just people just think they're mean because they look like they're mean dogs.
oh yeah.
And they have the Hollywood reputation of being the fighting dogs, I guess.
Same thing with pugs, and pugs don't deserve it. Pugs are
Pugs?
sweet.
Do they have a bad reputation? I don't know.
Oh no,
if
not
I-
pugs, pit bulls.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
Pugs too, but like
Pugs
but
have
not
a
like-
different
It's kind of
thing.
sad.
they have a different kind of reputation.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of pit bulls, and
Yeah.
like
They're also
Dobermans are-
sweet.
I'm mixing up pugs with bulldogs. That's my bad.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Doberman
dog
dogs,
person.
I
I
think.
never had pets.
Time to get a pet.
Yeah, my dad's allergic,
Oh.
so we can't have
To
like
every
anything.
animal.
He's allergic to anything that has fur.
You could get one of those dogs that got hair instead. The hypoallergenic ones.
Yeah, that's what Luna is. That's my sister's dog. Not Luna the person, but Luna the puppy. Well, she's not a puppy anymore. She's just a small dog. She basically is a purse dog, but she's a Chorkion.
Oh.
So like a Papillon with a Chihuahua and Yorkie.
Huh. That's
She
cute.
used to she is cute, but she used to be so loud, and then she mellowed out with age, and now all her teeth fell out, and now her tongue permanently sticks out
Oh.
because she's old. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you're so little though. She boobs are her favorite.
That's my village in origin story.
Boobs are her favorite pillow.
Oh.
If you have boobs, she will claim them as pillows and a bed. If
Yeah.
you're a guy, she will claim your thigh.
Oh, good.
Okay. A dog with taste, I
So-
see.
Oh yes. Indeed.
Alright, yo, I gotta go to bed, but GG's.
Good game.
GG.
Thanks for game.
Can I
I
just
don't-
go through one section without crying now? This is the fourth one in a row.
No,
I don't want to wait another week.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I need to like mellow out Rory.
we
can't
have
keep
to.
crying
I gotta
every
figure out what
second.
Gurn's making.
Oh yeah, he started a new project.
I guess.
The fact
Well, that one I know, but I don't know if he would know how to do it. 'Cause it's not hard, but probably annoying with folding metal like that.
Thanks for sticking around, White Wolf. Thanks
I
for
hope
the
they were
follow.
entertained.
And yeah.
hope they were entertained.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Have
they
we
were.
entertained you?
Are you not entertained?
Look, Rory's emotional. There used to be episodes where he's just being off the cuff, like weird, but He's been emotional for the past few days, okay?
Yeah, I feel like it's been a week. Things are starting to come to a head. You're realizing you're actually stuck here. It's sinking in the reality of the situation.
That's where Rory's crashing out early, I guess.
You can call me F. Okay. Well, I'm Sparksy. Alex or Folia is Gurn. Say hi.
What?
Soul is Rory. Say hi.
Hello.
And then our DM is Quill. Is
That's
Quilliam.
me. Quilliam.
Oh yeah,
Eve.
Foley already left.
Oh.
Foley already left.
Yeah,
so-
Foley
Oh no,
left.
I'm still here.
Oh wait, what?
Always still
Oh my
lurking.
god!
Sometimes
I've
I can
been
still
tricked.
hear his voice.
And then Felly
I thought
is
Feli-
Homer. Say hi.
Okay, now I leave. Good night.
Good night, boy.
Good night.
Good night, Foley.
And
I thought, okay, yeah, I don't hear the things go off. That sucks. But I felt bad now. It's like,
No, I literally thought he.
He
Good
said he was
night.
gonna go a couple times, and then yeah.
Yeah.
that's why I thought he left. Oh.
Yeah. Good night, Eth. Good night. I'm
night, thanks for
also
watching.
Good
stopping
night.
stream. I love you, stream. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.